versus that defense this week, and I think it made us better for the long haul moving forward.
Rookie center Michael Juergens just seems from afar like a tough guy. What do you like about him?
Yeah, he's got the mental makeup for sure, PA, and he's really smart. And what people don't really realize about him is the combination of the length and then he's pretty stout for a young center that's played. You know, he really had been an all-conference caliber center and then switches to guard just for the betterment of the team there his senior year. But really, he's got inside flex to really play all three spots, PA. And we really feel like he can, you know, have the kind of ownership you look for with his football intellect and everything, that he can really be a nice developmental type center for us and still give us some great depth inside at the guard spot.
Now, last year, Kevin, you kept 5 receivers when you cut it down. And the room is this year, I mean, not saying it wasn't last year, but it's bursting at the seams with hope and promise. I mean, good problem to have, right?
Yeah, and I think it's what's been really cool is you're seeing kind of the layers to it, right? You've got really BP and Trent as veteran guys that, know exactly how they need to play. They have an impact in the pass game, but also whether it's BP as the punt returner or his ability in the run game to be physical, even though he's not a huge guy. And then Trent, being a bigger guy, knows exactly what his role is. I mean, even the touchdown pass against the Raiders last week was really right off of a run where he was inserting and splitting people's face, leading on, run plays and things like that. Then you get into, that group of, Naylor and Tristan Jackson, Lucky Jackson. It's terribly unfortunate to see Thayer go down. He'll miss today, but we hope to get him back for next.
Out of their tunnel from across the field from us here at Browns Stadium. The weather could be a story here today. It isn't right now. 84 degrees. It feels like 89. We have sun in and out, but there could be some storms in the area about 7 p.m. 60% chance of storms at that point in time. If you're the Vikings, you've been here all week long, okay? All week long. You've taken some tough news on the injury front. Chase Addison went down with an ankle injury. They're great young receivers. I mean, you want to play the game. You don't want a weather delay. You want to get back to the Twin Cities, right?
You certainly appreciate the work that you got against the Browns on Wednesday and Thursday, but we don't want to. They don't want to experience a weather delay by any stretch of the imagination. Get back on the plane. Come out of it unscathed, and everyone will be better for it.
All right, let's go over to the Browns at quarterback. No Deshaun Watson. He'll play next week in Seattle against the Seahawks, all right? So that's kind of a promo for that game. Get a nap, incidentally. That game will not kick off until 10 o'clock our time. Get a nap, Gerard, all right?
I certainly will.
But we will go with DTR today as the starter, and then Snoop Huntley, Ty Huntley will finish.
Yeah, and for DTR, that's a promotion, if you will, because last week he was the 4th QB to enter into the game, and tonight he finds himself starting the game. So that is a great move on his part, because the way in which he played, Jim, I think it marries just that. DTR spent a lot of time in all season recovering. It seems to me that he's on track to be a part of this football team.
May I say, building on your point, he was the 4th quarterback. I thought he was the best quarterback for the Browns against Green Bay. All right, we're all ready to go. 2 teams are on the sideline. We'll have coin toss. Opening kickoff. We'll check in with Ken Carman down on the Browns sideline. It is all straight ahead. Game 2, Browns Vikings on the University Hospital's Cleveland Browns Radio Network.
Prepare to boost your game day with the Valley Bet Sportsbook app. That's right. Every Brown game is another chance to score with exclusive moneyline boosts, expert pick, and more. Plus, kick off the fun with your first $25 bet, and you'll get $150 back in bonus bets. Valley Bet, an official sports betting partner of the Cleveland Browns. Must be 21 and physically present in Ohio. Bonus issued a 6 non-withdrawable bonus bet token that expires 7 days after being credited. Bonus bet tokens will be awarded within 24 hours of your qualifying wager being graded. And a winner or a loser. Full terms and conditions available at valleybet.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Attention Medicare diabetic patient. Discount Drug Mart wants you to know that despite recent changes made by Medicare, you can pick up your favorite brand of diabetes supplies at Discount Drug Mart and bill Medicare with little or no cost to you. We carry all the supplies you need, including the Air Contour, One Touch Ultra, Freestyle Light, Drug Mart True Test, and AccuCheck Aviva meters and test strips. Stop by the pharmacy today to pick up your diabetes testing supplies or speak with a pharmacist for more details. Discount Drug Mart saves you the runaround.
Are you ready for some football? Well, you are now, thanks to Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Cleveland Browns of the NFL, Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Browns tickets. And even if your plans get broken up or worse, turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Browns.
Hear that? That's the sound of traffic when I used to go to the pharmacy multiple times a month to pick up my prescriptions. Such a waste of time. Hear that? That's my grandkids playing in the backyard. Since I joined Discount Drug Mart's Sync Your Meds program, I have so much more time for them. Drug Mart's pharmacists make sure all my prescriptions are in stock and ready on the same day each month, so I can pick them all up with just one trip. Who wants a cookie? Discount Drug Mart saves me the runaround.
Heading to the game and running low on your phone battery? Download the Charge Fuse mobile app to locate the nearest charging station if you have a portable phone chargers. You won't miss a play thanks to Charge Fuse. Keep your phone in your possession while you're watching a game. No more phone lockers or charging tables. Just scan the QR code on any Charge Fuse station. Grab the ejected portable charger, take it back to your seat, and when you're all powered up, just return the charger to any Charge Fuse station. It's that easy. Charge Fuse is powering up experiences nationwide, including right here at Browns Stadium.
It's fourth down.
Never miss a moment of the action. Charge Fuse, there for you when you need it.
Attention all Browns fans and pet lovers. Pet Supplies Plus and the Cleveland Browns are teaming up to get you to the game. All season long, we're giving you the chance to win 2 tickets to see the Browns battle it out from the Dog Pound. With a new winner each home game, you've got chances to win all season long. Go to browns.com/PSP for more details on how to enter. Save money, save time, shop local at Pet Supplies Plus. Go Browns.
Back at Browns Stadium, as we get the teams ready to go, get set for the coin toss here today, and the Browns and Vikings getting ready to go. Kevin O'Connell in his 3rd year as the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, a one-time quarterback coach here in Cleveland. And who did he coach then? Josh McCown. Who's his quarterback coach now? Josh McCown. There you go. All right, captain's coming out to the middle of the field right now. Our referee today is Clete Blakeman. And they organize at the 50-yard line. And we'll get the flip of the coin, and then we'll find out who gets the dynamic kickoff, everybody. It's a dynamic moment. Referee has the captains aligned. And here we go.
Okay, gentlemen. Welcome to today's game. Good luck to both teams. Today's coin, the helmet side is heads, the T is tails. Helmet is heads, T is tails. Minnesota, you're the visiting team. It is your choice. That's heads. Heads is the call. It is heads. You win. You'll receive. Which way you want to kick? Just like that. Okay. Minnesota wins the toss, elects to receive, and Cleveland will kick. And a second half choice. Good luck, gentlemen.
All right, there you have it. The Vikings win it, and they want the ball right away to get going. Right now, let's go down to the Browns sideline. First time today, we visit with Kent Carmen, brought to you by Cross Country Mortgage, the official mortgage company of the Cleveland Browns. Hello, Kent.
Jim, Gerard, good afternoon to you. And a couple of things that Coach Kevin Stefanski talked about before this game. Pace, he wants these guys to play in some rhythm. They got out of rhythm in the second half last week. And technique and coachability. There's 50 or 51 roster spots that are already spoken for on this team. So even though there's so many guys in warm-ups not playing today, they'll be playing next week in Seattle. Those are the starters. That means a couple of guys, they may very well make this roster this afternoon.
Now, they did not like the way Cade York kicked off during the dynamic kickoff last week because he put it in the end zone. They want him to put it in the landing zone.
Exactly, because if you put it in the landing zone, that creates a scenario in which that kickoff cover team can do what? Get a tackle inside of 20. And if we know anything, we know the longer field that you have to operate from offense, it makes it much harder to score.
Vikings are in all purple helmets, Viking logo on the side, purple jersey, white numerals, trimmed in gold, white pants, purple and gold trim up the side. The Browns are in their orange helmets, white jersey, brown numerals, white pants, orange and brown trim up the side. Cade York will do the kicking today. Dustin Hopkins will not kick today. Back deep for Minnesota will be Malik Knowles and their running back, Dwayne McBride. So, and they put the ball up on the tee at the 35-yard line. And then the coverage team is up at the Viking 40. The return team blockers are at the 35. I saw New England break like a 43-yarder the other night against Philadelphia.
Yeah, we haven't seen many of those in the preseason games thus far, but you have to imagine that a lot of teams right now, Jim, are simply in a state of, let's just see if we can block the thing before we get any idea of being more adventurous with how we go about scheming it.
And off we go. York puts it end over end, and it is caught. Malik Knowles caught it at his 2. He's out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 24, and he got rubbed out of bounds and knocked down to the ground at the 24-yard line as the Browns come flying down and make the play. It's a 23-yard kickoff return, and it'll be 1st and 10 there. Coming up on the tackle right there, coming in there is the linebacker, Caleb Johnson, with a big hit.
Yes, Caleb Johnson brought the thunder on that play right there, and that's exactly what you want to see from a young player, the ability to go down there and cover kicks and make a play.
All right, it will be Nick Mullins at quarterback. He'll have a receiver left, one to the right on the far side. Wanwu will be the running back. Kine Wanwu, and they give it to him off the right side. He's up to the 25, maybe the 26. He's knocked down at the 26-yard line as the Browns unpile there and get in and make the hit on him. Getting over there is Sam Kamara, one of the tacklers, and he brings him down. It'll be 2nd down coming up on a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 for Minnesota.
And Wanwu is certainly someone you do not want to let get outside because he has the ability to take it to the house, being one of the faster players on the Viking squad.
And he did last week, 48-yard run for a touchdown against the Raiders. He's the lone back in the backfield, 2nd down and 8 from their own 27. Here's Mullins, play action fake, bootleg rollout, looking down the field, throws, and oh, what a hit in the back as Khalif Halasi came in and boomed in and knocked the ball away at the 35-yard line. He really put a super big hit as he knocks it away, and it'll be 3rd down and long.
And that's an example of the Cleveland Browns playing much better on defense than what they did last week, because last week on that particular play, it was wide open. So great job by the young guys of showing that they can learn and apply it to the football field.
N'Keal Harry, the former top draft choice of the Patriots, now being converted to a tight end, was the intended receiver. 3rd down 7. They have it at their own 27-yard line. Shotgun for Mullins. One back in the backfield. Brown show blitz. Here's Mullins back in the pocket. Look at loading up down the far right sideline. That is caught down at the Browns 41-yard line. Naylor makes the grab down at the Cleveland 41 on Cam Mitchell on a big catch and a big play on 3rd down and 8. And the Vikings get a big hit of 32.
Well, they call him Speedy Nader for a reason, because he showed speed right there. But give credit to Mullins for figuring out, based on the motion, that we were in man coverage, one-on-one situation, and they took advantage of it and made a big play.
Naylor goes far side wide to the right. One running back deep in the backfield. That's Wanwu. 3 in a triangle, near side left. Toss sweep near side. Here's Wanwu to the edge, to the 40, out of a tackle 35, and he's down to the 30-yard line and got knocked into the Browns and to the Vikings sideline at the 30-yard line. A gain of 11. That's going to be a 1st down.
Well, last week you heard me say force and contain on multiple occasions, and right there you saw a situation in which the defense did not honor their run responsibilities. You have to have someone on the outside forcing the play back in. If you don't do that, you're going to pick up positive yards day in and day out.
Chase Williams on the tackle for the Browns. One back deep in the backfield. Minnesota now 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 30-yard line. Wanwu, the running back, right up the gut, takes it left side. He's to the 25, to the 24, down to the 23. He's at the 22.5-yard line. Getting over there is Isaiah McGuire, one of the tacklers to get in there, and Mahmoud Diabate was in there too. A run of 8. Not much there, but he turned it into a good run.
Right, and one of those things that you have to present for yourself as a guy trying to make a squad is energy, effort. And right now we need much more of that from this defense because Minnesota is simply marching down the football field.
It will be Naylor wide right, Powell inside of him in a slot. One receiver, Jackson, near side to the left. Wanwu, the running back. Mullins back to pass, looking, throwing right side, and it is incomplete down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. They went for Naylor. Halasi was over there and almost reached over him to pick off the ball at the 8-yard line, and it becomes 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, and I've been told that pigs get fat and then some cows get slaughtered. And right there, he needs to be much more gracious with his delivery of the football and not be greedy, that being Mullins. He had a wide open player, but he tried to go for the deeper route.
7th play of the drive, new running back in the game, Miles Gaston, a well-traveled running back. 3 receivers go out wide to the right. Motion off the right side. Jackson comes in motion right to left. Mullen on 3rd down and 2. Looking, flush, throws, got a man open, caught. Hughes, the tight end, makes the grab inside the 15-yard line at the 14. That's a 1st down. Chase Williams makes the tackle, 8 yards on the game. Mullen's really got himself some time there.
Right. It's so imperative as a quarterback in a modern NFL game to have the ability to have some wiggle and to escape pressure to extend the play. And that's certainly what Mullins did right there. Defense has to just be much more stickier with their coverage.
So Vikings have it 1st and 10 now at the Cleveland 14-yard line. One running back, that's Gaskins, deep in the backfield. Mullins underneath center. And on 1st down, back, looking, throwing left, looking for Jackson. He catches it. Left corner of the end zone. Touchdown. Christian Jackson makes the catch for the touchdown in the left corner of the end zone on Tony Brown, and the Vikings go ahead 6-0.
If there was one guy on the Vikings roster you did not want to have catch a touchdown, it was Tristan Jackson, because he had a lot to say during the course of practice. He had a lot of exchanges, not only with players, but fans alike. And I'm pretty sure he's right now telling his teammates how much of a baller he is. But give them credit. They executed really well on that play.
All right, here's Will Riker, the rookie out of Alabama, from Hoover, Alabama. For the extra point, snap back, ball down, kick up, and the kick is good. We'll take a timeout from Browns Stadium. 11:45 left to go. Here in the first quarter, it's the Vikings out in front, 7-0 over the Browns on the University Hospitals Cleveland Browns Radio Network.
Star 102 is the perfect playlist for you. It's safe in the car, upbeat for work, and refreshing on the weekend. It's what we do, playing Cleveland's feel-good favorites from artists you love, like Bon Jovi, Taylor Swift, and the Goo Goo Dolls. Star 102.
Cleveland wants to feel good.
Cleveland's feel-good favorites.
Sarshone Auto Group is Ohio's fastest growing automotive group with 6 locations in Northeast Ohio, featuring top brands like Chevy, Ford, Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and more. Experience the fast, friendly, no-pressure approach to car buying that makes Sarshone truly different. Visit Sarshone today or see the selection of thousands of new and used vehicles at Sarshone.com. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Be a part of one of the most passionate fan bases in all the NFL. Join Next Gen STM, presented by Ticketmaster, the official waitlist of your Cleveland Browns. Joining Next Gen STM is the best chance to become a season ticket member in future seasons. Visit clevelandbrowns.com/NextGenSTM to reserve your spot today.
Hey, sports fans, there's no better feeling than when you're watching your team dominate. But remember, when the offseason comes, you can still channel your team spirit with a fresh coat of color. Ask Sherwin-Williams how you can make every day feel like game day with over 1,700 colors and a top-tier coaching staff to bring the energy of your team spirit home. Shop online or visit your neighborhood store today.
When breaking Browns news happens, it happens here first. This is the radio home of the Cleveland Browns. 92.3 The Fan.
Game presented by Ohio Cat, the official equipment partner of the Cleveland Browns. You need work done? You get yourself a Cat. They went 8 plays right down the field with Nick Mullins, and they end up going 75 yards in, 315, and a 14-yard touchdown pass to Christian Jackson. And it's 7-0 Minnesota. Will Riker puts the ball up in the air, and it's in the landing zone. Here's Deontay Foreman at the 20, 25, ran into his own man at the 30, and he'll get dragged down at about the 31-yard line. He was brought down by Lewis Sine. 21 yards on the return, and here comes DTR and the Browns offense. But I want to go back to the Browns defense. What's going on?
Well, for me, it's energy. You have to have intensity. I don't care if the starters are not out there. This is your opportunity to shine. And right there, it seemed like it was a bunch of guys who made the assumption that they've already made the squad. And that's far from actually being the reality of the situation.
DTR was good last week, 14 for 18, 134 yards. The running back is Pierre Strong. They have Giovanni Ricci in the shotgun with him. DTR to throw in the pocket. A lot of time. Throws it near side, and it's behind Strong. Incomplete off his hands into the Viking bench at about the 25-yard line. He looked downfield, Gerard. He looked left. He looked middle. He couldn't find anything, and Strong, to be honest with you, was a long way away from him.
He certainly was, and give credit to the Vikings. They rushed 4 men and got pressure and dropped out the remaining 7, and that's why there were no open spots in that zone area for DTR to throw to.
Michael Woods goes far side wide left. 3 in a triangle, near side to the right. 1 running back deep in the backfield. It's Strong. Crochet in motion, left to right. Play action fake. DTR looking left, throwing left. Crochet caught it at the 48-yard line of first down, right in front of his bench. Covered on the play by a Caleb Evans, gain of 17. A nice throw.
Well, the D coordinator for Vikings, Brian Flores, didn't get the memo. You don't blitz during preseason, but apparently he doesn't buy into that thought process. DTR diagnosed the blitz, found his open man in Prochet, and connected for a first down.
And it is 1st and 10. The Browns have it at their own 48-yard line. Woods goes out wide left. Akins on a wing on the left side. 2 receivers right. Akins down the line in motion, left to right. Shotgun for DTR. Strong on his left hip. Takes the snap. Gives it. Strong running near side right. He is swallowed up by the Vikings. No gain. Brought down at the 48-yard line. That will make it 2nd down and 10.
Too much penetration on the part of the Vikings on that play for it to have any semblance of success. And if you are the Browns offensive line, right now you're under scrutiny. You have to do a much better job of getting pushed, Jim.
Ryan Asamoah was in on that tackle. 2nd down 10. Browns have it at their own 48, down 7-0. Jabari Thrash goes out wide left. Creighton Welch, the tight end, inside of him. Michael Woods near side right. Strong alongside DTR. DTR throws. Nice catch. Akins got it on a pluck catch. That ball was right on him. He got it at the Viking 45, and he lands at the 44. Kamu Grugier Hill on the tackle. Gain of 8 will make it 3rd down and a workable 2.
Yeah, workable too. You can work with those conditions. But even better job by DTR, Jim, of getting rid of the football. The guard was beat from the get-go on that play, but he found a way to deliver an accurate pass.
It will be Michael Woods, far side wide left. 3 in a triangle, near side right. Thrash, Crochet, Akins. Strong, the running back. DTR under center. They need 2 yards. They need to get to the 42. Here's Strong, left side. He's not going to get there unless he pumps, and he didn't get there. Knocked out, really, for a loss of 1 back to the 44, and it'll be 4th down coming up. Jacalen Roy made the tackle for Minnesota. And DTR in the offense will stay out on the field, Gerard, on 4th down and a couple.
And what type of effort do I want to see from Strong in that scenario? I want to see one in which he feels like his life is on the line. I feel that right now he's hitting the hole, not with the ferocity that he needs to in order to make this football team. He has to do a much better job of being aggressive on these runs.
4th down, 2.5 to get. Thrash, far side wide left. Woods near side right. Inside of him, Prochet. Strong in the backfield with DTR. Back on 4th down, looking left, throws left. Thrash made the catch out of the tackle. He's at the 35, got a block. And he's at the 30, and he's into the Browns sideline at the 29-yard line of the Vikings. Knocked out by Dallas Gant. He made the catch, bounced off 2 tackles, and got 15.
And Jabari Thrash is showing that he's not a flash in the pan. He had some promising plays last week, Jim, and right there is one of the better plays that you're going to see during the course of the preseason. Absorbs the hit, keeps his feet alive, and it has run after catch yardage as well. Great job on the part of Thrash.
Giovanni Ricci into the game at tight end, off the line to the left. 3 receivers near side right. Strong, the running back. In the gun, DTR, Minnesota 29. 1st down, back in the pocket, up in the pocket, rolling right from the pocket, looking down the field from the pocket, lobs one down the field to the end zone, and a flag in the end zone. They interfered with Ricci. Right at about the 1-yard line. It will be 1st and goal. The penalties on Bobby McCain.
And Bobby McCain made a critical mistake. You do not grab in the viewpoint of any official.
Pass interference. Defense, number 48.
Yep.
The foul occurred in the end zone, so the ball we placed at the 1-yard line. 1st down.
But what's even more impressive is the fact that DTR stayed alive and was able to deliver that pass.
Browns are inside that bench red zone. True Sicilian pasta sauce. Best ingredients, a best quality, a best taste, a molto bene on the weekend of the feast. 1st and goal at the 1. Deontay Foreman into the game. He'll be the lone back in the backfield. Woods to the right. Thrash to the left. DTR under center. On 1st down and goal, they give it to Foreman running left. He got hit behind the line. He's fighting to get in. He's at the goal stripe. Did not get in. 2nd down and goal.
And the one thing you can't have on the goal line is a stalemate. You have to get pushed forward for the offensive line. And right there, the Vikings held their ground, and we got no push, hence we got no touchdown or yardage.
And it will make it 2nd down and goal. And they'll put the ball right smack back at the 1-yard line where it was on 1st down. Foreman will remain in the game. He'll be the running back. Woods will be one of the wide receivers. He'll go out far side, wide left. The rookie Thrash below us to the right. Ricci is in tight on the left side. Foreman deep in the backfield. DTR gives it. Foreman cuts left, looking for a push again. He's to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown. Deontay Foreman from a yard out. And it's 7-6 Vikings. And the Browns touchdown presented by Cross Country Mortgage, the official mortgage partner of the Cleveland Browns. When it comes to financing, we always get you home. Visit CCM.com today. All right, he didn't go in untouched.
He certainly did not. He had a lot of traffic to work through, but to his credit, like you did today, he got to where he needed to get on time.
That's very well said. All right, here's Cade York now for the extra point. And it will be Bojorquez who will hold. They're going to check this out to see if he got in. And I do think he did. What do you think?
I think he got in as well. You can see right there leaning. It's too much traffic to see whether or not his knee was down.
And Clete Blakeman says to the kicking team, proceed. Here we go. Rex Sanahara is the long snapper for the Browns like he was last week with Charlie Hewlett being out. And Bojorquez to hold. This is into the dog pound head zone. Waiting on the snap. York. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. It is up, and it is good, and we are tied. We take a timeout from Browns Stadium. 7:18 left to go in the first quarter. And now the score is the Browns 7, the Vikings 7 on the University Hospital's Cleveland Browns radio network.
Professional football players achieve excellence on the playing field through preparation, dedication, discipline, and determination. The same is true for medical students in the classroom. The Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, known as LECOM, prepares the next generation of physicians, pharmacists, dentists, and podiatrists. Located just 90 minutes from Cleveland, LECOM is the largest and most applied to medical school in the country and a proud partner of the Cleveland Browns. Learn more at lecom.edu. That's LECOM.edu.
Cleveland Cliffs American-made steel touches every part of our lives. It's the steel and automobiles moving us around town, the washer and dryer at home, the kitchen appliances to prepare and cook our food, the electrical grid that powers our electronics, the railways to transport goods. Cliff Steel is stronger and more sustainable than ever due to their innovation and leading-edge technology. Cliffs is America's iron and steel leader. To learn more, visit cliffsteel.com.
Oswald Companies is proud to be the official risk advisor of the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland-based and leaders in risk and insurance since 1893, we create a world of protection around our clients in property and casualty, group benefits, retirement plan services, and life insurance. We're here for your business, for your life, and for all the communities we serve. Good luck to the Browns. Stay connected with us at OswaldCompanies.com.
Hey, Browns fans, stop dreaming of creating your fan cave and build that dog pound of your dreams with ZipChair. When it comes to maximum comfort, ZipChair.com is the only place for officially licensed Cleveland Browns recliners, sofas, bar stools, office chairs, and gaming chairs, all featuring high-quality embroidered Browns logos. Get ready to crack open a few cold ones in the comfort of a ZipChair and make your home the dog pound to be on game day. Head over to ZipChair.com and save 20% today. Use the code BROWNS at checkout. ZipChair. Furniture for fans.
Hey, Browns fans, it's Dustin Fox. Talk about the game on your ride home every day. It's the afternoon drive, weekdays at 2, right here on 92.3 The Fan.
7:18 left to go. Quarter number 1. We're tied at 7. The Browns scoring drive brought to you by Bally Bet. Boost your game day this season with the Bally Bet Sportsbook app. Place your first bet of $50 or more. You'll get $150 back in bonus bets. Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of the Cleveland Browns. Malik Knowles is one of the return men back deep for the Vikings. And also back there is Dwayne Hopkins. And Cade York just chipped it all the way into the dog pound, and it will come out to the 30-yard line. I really don't think they want him to do that, do they?
No. Now, he was playing last year and in years prior. Excellent job. Appreciate it. But now they're going to get the ball on the 30-yard line. You do not want that type of field position to take place for any squad because it increases the opportunity of them scoring in football. So Cade needs to do a much better job of making sure, Jim, that ball lands in the landing area.
Well, Nick Mullins was very good in his first drive down the field, and he brings the Vikings out. He put them in the end zone to give them a 7-0 lead, then the Browns came back. Wanwu becomes the running back in the backfield. 3 receivers right, 1 left, shotgun. Here's Mullins, play action, bootleg out to the right. He throws, and it is caught. Jackson's got it, and he's over to the 35 to the 36-yard line, and he got tagged down there. Over there on the tag down for the Browns is Cam Mitchell down to the Browns sideline. Brought to you by Cross Country Mortgage, the official mortgage partner of the Cleveland Browns. Here's Cam.
Jamari Thrash, 3 catches, 43 yards last week, and then kept that drive going. Talked to him earlier this week. He said Jeff Brom made things so much easier in Louisville, and it's made it easier here with the Browns.
Gain of 6, second down 4 from their own 36-yard line. In motion, Brandon Powell left to right. Here's Mullins back to pass. Pressure coming, and he had to unload the ball. He had a face full of Mahmoud Diabate, who had really jumped right over the offensive line, and Mullins did the right thing. He turfed it.
And thank goodness Diabate was in that spot, putting that pressure on him, because he had a convoy waiting for him if he would have been able to deliver that pass. So great job by Diabate of preventing a very promising opportunity for the Minnesota Vikings.
All right, Gerard, let's dial it up, huh? Let's get some pressure on Mullins. In the backfield, 1 running back. They are 2 for 2 on 3rd down. 3rd down and 4. Vikes have it at their own 36-yard line. Powell in motion, left to right. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Mullins back, looking near side left, throwing. Powell's wide open at the 40, 45, 48, into his own bench area. Run out by Devin Bush. But it's a big, wide open pass play out to the 48-yard line. Gain of 12. I mean, he was wide open.
Yes, and if you're going to play off man, you still have to put yourself in a position to where you can compete on the play. And right there, you're in a situation where, simply put, Tony Brown was not in the field of play to make a play.
Tony Brown wasn't in the field. I mean, I didn't know where he was. 1 back in the backfield, it's Wanwu. They give it to him. He rubs right. He got hit at the 50-yard line. Good, strong hit. Winston Reed got in there, made the hit for the Browns. Next, low, hard tackle. Gain of 2, second down and 8. And the ball right at the 50.
And you hear me talk so much about force. That's how you force the issue. You have your gap responsibility. You come up to the line of scrimmage and you make a play. Great job on the part of Edmonds of filling that gap and making a very great open field tackle.
5:43 left to go. First quarter, game tied. Shotgun, Mullins, 1 back on his right hip. Wanwu, 2 receivers right. Tight end down the line. That's Muse in motion, left to right. Mullins back throwing. Muse, the tight end, caught it at the 45, and he got submarine. And then there's a flag down as they throw the flag, and it has to be on Tony Brown, I would imagine, would it?
Well, I'm trying to ascertain what did he do wrong other than
make a nice tackle
or dive for his legs. And last time I checked, that's still legal.
It was a gain of 5 on the pass play, and then the flag came out.
I'd probably say he was diving with his head low, though. That's probably what the call is going to be.
Fleet Blakeman, our referee, ready to flip that mic on. Here we go.
Personal foul, tripping. Defense number 38.
Oh, boy.
15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Not tripping. And our power play has not been good, has it? When we get the man advantage on the tripping call. Now they move deeper into Browns territory. They'll take that ball and they'll move it down inside the 30, down to the 29.
You know, Tony Brown said, by any means necessary, I will get you down, because if he doesn't...
Side across the 25 by the sideline, and he steps out of bounds at about the 23-yard line as Justin Jefferson watches on, sans uniform and or pads. Now, Justin stole the show in the Raiders game, being mic'd up from the sideline in the third quarter where the Vikings scored a couple of touchdowns. We have safety immortality Harris and Smith mic'd up on the sideline for quarter number 3 today. Peter, that's going to be great.
It is. It's going to be, diametrically opposed from a wide receiver to a DB, from a guy who's just crazy rowdy to a guy that's as cool as anything you've ever met.
Mullins on the boot, hit as he throws, incomplete, and he was hit by perhaps the best player on the field for Cleveland right now, veteran Devin Bush. Devin is in his 6th year from Michigan. He was a a very high first-round pick by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Played there for 4 years. Was with Seattle last year. He's undersized, but man, he's a big hitter.
Those are the kind of guys that you're going to see out there today. Jim Schwartz is fielding, a very, very good defense, a very physical defense. They're developing guys all over the place, and when you guys missing something unmeasurable, that's what causes them to slide a little bit, but they can still play football.
8th play of a 47-yard possession. Big blitz by Jim Schwartz's defense. Ball was tipped and ball's incomplete on 3rd down. So now it's 4th and 4. And Will Reichard, the Alabama rookie, heads into the game, drafted in the 6th round. He was 3 of 3.
On the field, with the quarterback fumbled the ball, recovered by his teammate.
Okay.
At the 23-yard line.
Okay.
4th down.
Reichard is 4 of 4 on extra points this preseason. In the game against the Raiders, he was 1 of 2 on field goals.
The Cleveland Browns recovered the ball. It was a fumble. It'll be their ball, 1st down.
Oh. Let's hold up on the Reichard intel.
And here comes the red flag.
Who throws the red flag? Kevin O'Connell or Wes Phillips? Wes Phillips calling the offense. All right. Game tied at 7, 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. From Cleveland Brown Stadium, it's Minnesota Vikings football.
With its smart, sustainable water solutions, Pentair helps the world move, improve, and enjoy water, life's most essential resource. From great tasting water for homes and businesses, to energy-efficient pumping solutions and everywhere in between, Pentair is focused on driving innovation that helps people and the planet thrive. Visit Pentair.com to learn how. Pentair, the official sustainable water partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
New Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, a non-carbonated refresher with alcohol for weekend flavor any day of the week. Like when you get a case of the Mondays, swap it for the bright fruit flavors of Happy Thursday. Or when Tuesday needs a tune-up, look forward to Happy Thursday. And by Wednesday, you're already halfway there. So drink in the weekend flavor of Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, weekend flavor any day of the week. Celebrate responsibly, non-carbonated, naturally flavored with other natural flavors. 21 and up, contains alcohol. 2024 Molson Coors Beverage Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin beer.
What do dads care about? Minnesota Vikings football. It's finally football season, and we want all the dads to know that they inspire us with their love and care. Return the care for the man in your life by giving dad products from Dove Men. Dove Men believes that caring for others starts with caring for yourself. It's why care is at the core of everything they do. So whether he's looking for a deodorant to keep him fresh and dry all day, or a body wash that provides hydration for healthier skin, or shampoo that leaves hair stronger and more resilient, Dove Men Plus Care will give him the care and protection he deserves. We know care makes us all stronger, both on and off the field.
As a leader in innovative ingredient solutions, Sam Nutrition offers a unique personal touch that only a family-owned business can provide. As your trusted partner in animal nutrition, we source the highest quality ingredients, ensuring you achieve optimal results. Discover how our family values drive us to connect industries and unlock peak performance across your entire operation with Sam Nutrition. Learn more by visiting samnutrition.com. Sam Nutrition, high performance, reasonable price, a proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Brown Stadium, courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network. The Vikings won the challenge and keep the ball, and now our Hy-Vee rookie profile, Will Reichard, gets the opportunity to kick. Cleve Blakeman and his staff said that Mullen's arm was moving forward, so the Vikings keep the ball, and thanks to Hy-Vee, there's Will Reichard, who walked off from the Las Vegas Raiders from 38. He also had a field goal blocked in that game. This will be a 41-yard try, left hash. In the game tied at 7, Ryan Wright holds, Andrew DePaula snaps. The rookie Will Reichard's kick is end over end, and it is good. And the Minnesota Vikings have a 10-7 lead in the second preseason game. An interesting note with Reichard, Pete, is when he was at Alabama, he was 47 of 49 from 40 yards and in. So like his collegiate long is 52. All right, that's pretty good, but we've seen longer. That took place against J.J. McCarthy's Michigan Wolverines in the 2024 Rose Bowl. But from 40 40 and in. You can make a lot of money with that man. He's 47 to 49.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, that's a huge piece. I mean, that's your leading scorer. Your kicker is your leading scorer on the team. So you've got to make sure that you have that shored up. And for Reichert to be able to come in, we know he's been under pressure, Paul, and he's done well under pressure. And if he's only good from 55 in, well, then you know when to punt, you know when to kick it.
Quick peek at the Minnesota Vikings schedule provided by U.S. Bank. A few weeks from now, we'll be at MetLife, and you wrap it up against the Motor City Kitties.
Yeah, it's just the bye early this year, week 6. Last year it was very, very late, so get a little bit earlier of a bye.
Here's Reichert's kick deep in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Now, once again, the coverage players and those blocking for the returners cannot move on these kicks until the ball either touches a player or touches the ground. So now the Cleveland Browns will begin at the 30-yard line. We have 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Pete referenced it earlier. The entire second quarter will be spent with Minnesota Vikings general manager Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, who's going to be here in the Vox Box with us. Yours truly, Pete Bursich, Ben Lieber from the sideline. We'll be chatting with Kwesi about the 2024 Minnesota Vikings and how his years working here for the Cleveland Browns really paved the way for him to get that Vikings job. First down for the Browns, and we have a flag on this play. The handoff goes to Pierre Strong Jr. following the blocking of that tight end Jordan Akins.
Offense, number 65, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
Well, that's Jermaine Ifedi. Old Jermaine Ifedi, 9th-year Texas A&M. We've seen him get in a bunch of fights. We've seen him with the Seattle Seahawks a million times.
Yeah, we have. And what a nice job by Dallas Turner to really set up that edge, because they were kicking out with the tight end and trying to wall down that whole defensive end and find that seam in between. And Dallas Turner able to get off the block and chase down the running back from behind. So very, very, very athletic play by Dallas Turner.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson, second-year UCLA, will fire one to the right side. It's caught at the 25-yard line for a quick-hitting gain of 4 yards, and that is seldomly used. Fullback Giovanni Ricci.
Yeah, you'll find more fullbacks and tight ends on this roster than you do a normal one, right, Paul? I mean, it's just a lot of big bodies, and that's the mentality here. It's just 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I mean, you come into the press box, all the pictures are all black and white. They're all very, very old. It's old school football. No logo on the field, nothing in the end zone. I mean, this is a preseason game, man.
Dallas Turner still in the game. Hand in the grass opposite to the right tackle as Dorian Thompson-Robinson fires a fastball out to the left side, just outside the numbers, caught by the running back Strong Jr., and he is corralled and stopped post-haste by several Vikings, including Bobby McCain, who was in the defensive backfield with the Miami Dolphins when Brian Flores was there. That'll be a gain of 3 for the Cleveland Browns, making it 3rd and 11. They're 0 of 1 on third down. Vikes lead 10-7.
And Durante Jones is not being as conservative as Brian Flores was a week ago, Paul. That was a zero blitz kind of look. You make him throw hot. You get the tackle on the outside. Very well executed.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson goes on a 5-step drop. Throws it to the left side, and it's caught by Akins, and the tight end tries to drag Vikings to the first down, but he can't. It'll be a gain of 7, and this will be our first punt of the game as the Vikings defense stops Cleveland. And Pete referenced Durante Jones. He is the defensive backs coach and defensive passing game coordinator. He's calling the defense the entire first half. Inside linebackers coach Mike Saravo will call it the entire second half. And punting for the Cleveland Browns is Corey Bojorquez, 7th year from New Mexico. He set a Browns single-season record last year with an average of 49.4. Now this punt goes inside the 5, and Lucky Jackson decides to return it, heads to the right side, gets across the 10. Hold on to it, my man. He gets to the 15-yard line. How do you put it? Discretion is the better part of valor?
Yeah, well, he's trying to make a team, so...
It nevertheless was a return of 10. Vikings ball with a 3-point lead. It's Vikings football.
The Yaller horn has spoken. It's saying, when the Vikings score, Vikings fans win. This season, if the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns in a single game, you get a free Big Mac. That's right. When the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns in a game, get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only on the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 1/31/2025 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with a new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus special financing. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, official sleep and wellness partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024 U.S. Bank.
Back to PA and Minnesota Vikings football on the Fan.
And the new Vikings Winter Warrior jersey is available for purchase. Pick up yours today at all Vikings locker room locations and online at shop.vikings.com. Deep in the first quarter, General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah joins us for all of the second quarter. And Nick Mullins still at the helm for Minnesota. Nick is 6 of 11, 77 yards, and a touchdown to Tristan Jackson off play action. He'll throw right. Caught by Brandon Powell. He makes Mitchell miss at the 20. It's a gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Ben, what's your read on Ed Ingram, who has started every single game? He's been healthy through his 2 years with the Vikings at right guard, playing with the twos.
Well, I think there's one word that I can kind of sum it all up. He's been solid. You know, I don't think he's been exceptional. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's been poor either. He's just been solid in what he's doing. As Pete was talking about at the beginning of the broadcast, like, yes, he can run block, and that is his forte. Like, he can get his big body going forward. I think that's where he's the most comfortable with the weight on the front of his toes. I still think that he needs to get a little bit better when it comes to just the pass blocking recognition. Not so much just one-on-one, but it's the twists, it's the games, it's the communication, it's the resetting of the feet when you got a guy, you know, coming from a different angle. He just doesn't have a lot of anchor, and then sometimes he's slow to recognize. So I think that's one area that he's got to get a little better in. And, you know, there is a true competition. It's just that we haven't seen much of Dalton Reisner to really push him.
Meanwhile, Kene Nwanwu with a 12-yard gain where he bounced off a couple of Browns. You saw it on Fox 9. You probably heard the hits on FM 100.3 KFAN, the flagship for Minnesota Vikings football. There's Kene with another gain of 5.
And Kane's looked more like a running back today, Paul, than I've ever seen him, meaning making a guy miss in space. You go back a play, Rouse getting on the outside, kicking out a safety, linebacker coming through, and then Kane's able to make him miss and take it to the next level. So he's doing a great job at running back today. 2nd and 5, handoff to Kene Nwanwu deep in the first quarter. Hit at the point of attack, falls ahead for a gain of 1, and the first quarter comes to a conclusion. The only Minnesota Vikings touchdown came from Nick Mullins to Tristan Jackson, who has touchdowns in successive preseason games. To talk about Jackson and much more next quarter, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, the GM, joins us on the Minnesota Vikings Entertainment Network.
You're free now. Free to fill your feed with impossibly chunky chunkers who chunk harder than you ever thought possible.
Cats, corgis, babies, baby penguins, baby pandas, chunky baby pandas.
Free to make your smart devices do silly things. Free to open a world of remote work and a portal into Gametopia.
Who's the boss now?
Free to be everything you imagine, and then some. That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber Internet. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service in select locations only.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Johnny Pop.
Boom, boom, boom.
Nobody understands cold better than us. That's why the best frozen treats are made right here in Minnesota. Johnny Pops makes frozen pops locally with simple ingredients and a kind beat printed on every stick. With over 20 flavors, there's a flavor that everyone in your family will love. Find them at your favorite Minnesota stores and nationwide and enjoy a better pop for a better world. Johnny, Johnny, Johnny Pop.
When the game is over, it's time to relax. No matter if it's a win or loss, you always win at Spalon Montage, the Twin Cities' premier salon and spa destination for over 25 years. With convenient locations in Edina, Woodbury, and Chanhassen, there's a Spalon close to you. Right now, football fans, you can get a bonus when you give the gift of Spalon. Purchase a $175 gift certificate and receive a $25 gift certificate for yourself. Visit Spalon.com now or call 952-915-2900.
This season, while you cheer for the Minnesota Vikings, remember that Central Specialties Inc. of Alexandria is working hard to keep you moving, from building and maintaining our highways to ensuring safe and smooth rides. Central Specialties is your trusted partner in road construction throughout Minnesota and the Dakotas. Central Specialties is looking for dedicated individuals to join our winning team. Explore career opportunities at centralspecialties.com. Central Specialties Inc. is an equal opportunity affirmative action employer. It's on us.
Your radio home for Vikings football is KFAN.
General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah will be joining us shortly for the balance of the second quarter. Courtesy of Sleep Number, there are your first quarter stats. Touchdowns by each team, Pete.
Yeah, one thing that I was surprised about was just how well we've been running the football. You look at the way the practices have gone the last couple of days. Cleveland's a physical team, dominating the run game. Well, right now, the Vikings are dominating in the running game.
And Cleveland just dominated Nick Mullins with a sack. And that was a sack on third down with the Vikings leading 10-7. The sack courtesy of Isaiah Thomas, backup defensive end, second year from Oklahoma, 7th round pick in 2022. That's a loss of 9. And Ryan Wright is in to punt. The Vikings still are carrying 2 punters. Ryan Wright, second year from Tulane. Seth Vernon, his first full year from Portland State. But Ryan Wright, he's been holding for Will Reichard, and now he gets the first punt of the game for the Vikings. And Ryan versus Las Vegas at 3 punts, averaging 57 yards per. This one is fielded about the 10-yard line and returned to the 15. Excellent coverage work by the Minnesota Vikings, including the man, Matt Daniels, the special teams coordinator, calls Serpo, Andrew DePaula, 2-time All-Pro, getting down the field. And getting up to the booth is Minnesota Vikings general manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, kind enough to spend the majority of the second quarter with us here in the box, and your squad's leading 10-7, where here at Cleveland Browns Stadium, as we mentioned earlier. Now, Kwesi's into his third year as general manager of the Vikings. He was vice president of football operations in 2020 and 2021 for the Cleveland Browns. As the Browns are backed up near their end zone, Dorian Thompson-Robinson still in at tailback, goes back to pass. Excellent rush by Andre Carter and Brian Asamoah. And they capture the quarterback in the end zone for a safety. Kwesi, welcome to the game.
I got to sit here all the time, I guess.
Well, same thing happened last week. Jefferson jumps on the mic in the third quarter. We start scoring touchdowns left and right. And that was a couple of Vikings in on-charging fashion. Or are they going to say he was down at the 2?
They didn't call a safety.
No, they didn't call a safety. They say
crazy.
He's going to be down at the 2.
Really? Okay.
I don't know about that.
Looking at the replay, do they mean the -2 in the end zone?
It's preseason for the officials, too, I guess.
I mean, Clete Blakeman was out there at those joint practices. Maybe he got a little delirious or something with the heat.
No, we got a lot of love for Clete. A lot of history with him.
No
Very
doubt.
official.
One of the best referees in the NFL. All right, so Dorian Thompson-Robinson now operates out of the end zone. Looks left. He'll check down over the middle to Ricci, and he stopped at the 6-yard line. So, Kwesi, your time here with the Cleveland Browns, let's begin here. You and General Manager Andrew Berry and the rest of the cast hired Kevin Stefanski, who was offensive coordinator for the Vikings, and he's become two-time NFL Coach of the Year. What led you guys to Kevin?
Kevin is somebody, we talk about the culture of calm there, and just being able to be rational-minded through adversity. He's an exemplary of that. Incredibly smart guy, well-rounded, Pearl Jam fan, as you probably know, and just a great guy from the same area. His dad obviously was a front office executive, so he's been around it his whole life. Just an incredibly talented person who sets the table there.
Now, Kevin Stefanski is 42 years of age. He spent 14 years with the Vikings, and he was offensive coordinator for the Vikings part of 2018 and 2019. But for Kevin, he's so versatile. He was the assistant to the head coach, assistant quarterbacks coach, tight ends coach in 2014 and 15, running backs coach, quarterbacks coach, and eventually offensive coordinator. I mean, you put offensive line in there, and then he kind of hit the superfecta, you know?
Yep, absolutely.
Here's the punt to Lucky Jackson. He saunters up the middle across the 40. More with Kwesi Adofo-Mensah on his Browns days and the current Minnesota Vikings. When we return, the Vikings have the lead in the second quarter from Cleveland. It's Minnesota Vikings football.
Hey, friends with food allergies. Life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Metro Transit and the Minnesota Vikings make game day stress-free. Take Metro Transit to all Vikings games this season. Join fellow fans and hop on North Star from the north, or take the Metro Blue and Green lines or multiple bus routes straight to U.S. Bank Stadium. Sack paying for parking and give traffic a punt. Make your round trip easy and avoid ticket lines with the North Star Family Pass or the all-day pass for the Metro lines and bus. Find all your options at metrotransit.org/Vikings.
The Minnesota Vikings count on knowledgeable coaches to bring out the best in their team. Your organization should count on Loeffler, the most knowledgeable office technology and services partner in the Midwest, to deliver innovative solutions and get the best results from your team. Loeffler operates and supports a full portfolio of solutions, including copiers and printers, managed print services, cloud-based and managed IT, phone systems, and on-site managed services solutions. Loeffler is your most valuable partner for innovative business technology and services in the upper Midwest.
We'll break this game down with Ben Lieber Monday morning, 5:30 to 9, right here on The Fan.
Vikings Entertainment Network. Minnesota leads 10-7. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, general manager for the Vikings, with us for all of the second quarter. With the Browns, well-respected general manager Andrew Berry is into his 5th year as general manager of this team. What has he meant to your career, and how did he shape you into your job here?
Yeah, immeasurable. Everybody in their life needs somebody to believe in them a little more than they believe in themselves. And for me, that's Andrew Berry. Just saw potential in me that I don't know that I necessarily knew I had. Everybody, before you're somebody that has the job, somebody has to believe in you, and he was that for me. When they write the job description for general manager, they're basically describing Andrew Berry. I've never met anybody more qualified for the job. Just his passion for it, his ability to ask questions, be curious, work hard, build a staff, be humble. Obviously incredibly talented, a mentor of mine, and he'll be somebody in my life forever.
Kwesi, we had a chance to sit down before the first preseason game and talk just a little bit about what it's like to be a GM. And one of the things you said that stood out to me was talent acquisition is key, and you have to be hungry to acquire talent. What does that mean? And then I figured he's fine out. You signed Matt Corral. All of a sudden, you guys got to find a quarterback. That is an unbelievable process that you guys had to go through to find the next best quarterback.
Absolutely. When I say hungry for it, it's, never being complacent, just thinking that every decision that you make could be the reason you go to the playoffs, could be the reason you win an extra game in December, could be the reason you go to the Super Bowl. Just that mindset. So you talk about that evaluation, that workout we had. We bring our operation to Cleveland with us. And, Ryan Munnins, Ryan Grigson, our great staff, put together a workout. And, we had a couple guys work out, and, we had some questions. And we got a lot of other stuff to do. But I tasked my group. I said, hey, let's go back and study it, make sure we're making the best decision. We went back and watched the film, and we're talking about the third preseason game. Maybe you're supposed to mail that in, but I won't let them mail that in. We can't mail that in. We made a decision, and obviously brought in Matt. And not saying that decision will be the reason we win the Super Bowl, but it's that mindset that everything can matter.
Right, so you're not relaxing in a hot tub. You guys are grinding.
Never that. Well, I'll let those guys relax in the offseason.
Ben Lieber, here's the GM.
Hey, so Kwesi, that being said, you talk about talent acquisitions and evaluations. We bring in Matt Corral as a quarterback just a couple days ago. What did you guys establish with him? Why him in particular? There's a lot of guys out there in the free agent market, but what can you tell us about Matt?
Yeah, so we did obviously we've done extensive work on quarterbacks the last 2 years. So he was in the process in 2022. We first came together. We interviewed with him, and obviously remember the time we spent together. He's talented. A lot of these quarterbacks, they come into situations where the context isn't necessarily going their way, and they can't overcome context right away. So we're making bets. At the end of the day, we're making bets on players. We're trying to say, hey, if we remove him from a certain environment and put him in our environment, what could that look like? He's somebody that's had personal struggles. Everybody matures differently in life. Age 21, 25, 26, maybe he comes to our building and that'll be the right time. But again, when you're talking about risk reward, or you're talking about a signing this time of year, it's not super expensive, and you're just trying to get a look at somebody and potentially see what you have.
That's a peek at Matt Corral, first full year from Ole Miss, third-round draft pick by the Carolina Panthers in 2022. Sadly, he went to the injured reserve that year, and this year he tore it up for the Birmingham Stallions in the UFL. Now, Myles Gaskin is in the tailback. He's been here since the GM's been on the mic, and he's tearing it up. As Mullins rolls out to the right, pumps, and he's able to get it away from an on-charging Brown and throw it away on second down. So now we're going to look at third and about 3 yards.
Kwesi, I don't know how much of the game you've been able to watch, but Kene Wanmu looks more like a running back today than I've ever seen him. Yeah, a great job keeping his shoulder squares, making guys miss. I mean, Aaron Jones is a big acquisition, but Chandler and Wanmu are going to be very important to this roster, are they not? You
nailed it. That's a position where you need depth. You're going to play all three guys, whether on first, second down, third down, special teams. We like our group. A game like today where we're trying to get outside, toss, crack, things like that. Kane's going to be pretty good getting to the edge. You saw last week when he sticks his foot in the ground and goes. There's not a lot of people in this league that can catch him. And as I always say, development takes time, and it doesn't happen in year 1 or year 2 for every person. It happens at different stages, and he's getting to a place where he's coming to his own.
That pass left went to Myles Gaskin, the veteran. And that's a Vikings first down. 9:25 and counting to go in the first half. 10-7 Minnesota, led by Nick Mullins, who's 9 of 17, 107 yards, and a 14-yard touchdown pass to Tristan Jackson, who is wide left. A couple of Vikings out to the right. Trent Sherfield Sr., he had a TD against the Raiders. He goes in short motion to the right. Now he's slot right, and the toss goes to Gaskin. Nice cutback to the right, hit at the 17, and he falls ahead just inside the 15. It'll be second down. You discussed the operation of getting quarterbacks or quarterback here to Cleveland to work them out, which was really cool. How about the operations of the organization for a 5-day trip period? I mean, Chad Lundeen, Paul Martin, Chuck Peterson, everybody that goes into that staff. I mean, that's arduous, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. I always call that group the unsung heroes. Nobody knows their names, but I'm always amazed by their work ethic. We're driving over here actually just to tell you the level of detail that Paul Martin has, and he's timing how long it takes from the hotel to the stadium just to make sure the pinpoint accuracy and are the ways he can get better. And I just love an organization where everybody thinks that everything they do matters, everything that is going to be matter to the end goal. And him, Chad, they do a great job.
3rd and 6 for the Vikings on the incomplete pass, Pete.
Another thing that Paul and I had been discussing earlier was going into the season, you have Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, but who's going to be that number 3? And I think You know, between Brandon Powell, Jalen Naylor, and Tristan Jackson, you've got to be feeling pretty good about not just the number 3 receiver, but number 4 and number 5. What a great competition.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of times before people are named, talk about me, before I was a vice president, somebody had to believe in me. And so these are a lot of guys that we believed in. They've been in our program the last 2 years, and we've seen the ability, and we're excited for them to get the opportunity to go do their thing.
Third down, Mullins ducked away from one Brown, but Martin was able to get him. Martin with the second sack for the Browns. That's Jeremiah Martin, first full year from Washington. Now, Reichert is coming on to kick a field goal. This is in fairness. When you have joint practices and you have games like this and all you guys go back and watch film, I mean, having those joint practices and looking at the other team, I mean, that happens too, right?
Yep, absolutely. They got a talented team here in Cleveland. Really, talk about Andrew and, Glenn Cook and a bunch of people there in that front office, Sags. Just an incredible group. They've assembled a great team.
Reichert hits the field goal, and the Minnesota Vikings have taken a 13-7 lead midway through the second quarter. More with Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. When we return, it's Minnesota Vikings football.
What's poppin'? Justin Jefferson here.
Football is a lot of explosion, a lot of energy and attitude.
It's a whole different vibe with these open earbuds. It's like you're in the moment, but also you can hear everything around you. You can be involved.
To have good sound and to be so light on your ear means a lot to me. Putting that music into my ears,
you feel good enough to go out there and play.
You turn on that switch, no one can stop you.
For more, check out Bose.com.
There are places in life where it's helpful to take shortcuts and cut corners. Your home is not one of them. Custom One builds homes, spaces, landscapes, and exteriors around stories. Your story. It's custom because your story hasn't been told before. It means the journey starts with your vision and a blank sheet of paper. Because we've never built your home before, and we'll never build it again. Custom One. Home comes first.
And we interrupt you with breaking news live from the Pepsi Wild Cherry aisle. Carol, can you hear us?
Steve, I've never seen anything like this. The bold, refreshing, and bursting with cherry deliciousness of Pepsi Wild Cherry is, well, let's just say everyone is getting wild.
Getting wild?
That's right, Steve. There's dancing, binge-watching, and is that a slip and slide? They're really putting the wild in Pepsi Wild Cherry. And this on-the-scene reporter can't wait to pop, lock, and drop it.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Go ahead. Get wild.
Here's the game plan. Run your route. Your favorite slot machine is wide open. Now, it's time to pregame. Hustle over to the lobby lounge for drinks. Go wide. And score a free cold one by riding Mystic Lake's Vikings Game Day Bus. To enjoy games live in all their glory with Mystic Lake, the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Get in the game. MysticLake.com/Skol. Meat Saucier preseason football absolutely wails. Power Trip returns Monday right here on The Fan.
The Vikings Entertainment Network. Minnesota leads 13-7, having gone on an 11-play, 39-yard drive, capped by a Will Reichert 38-yard field goal. Aaron Jones, that's the player you're looking at now on Fox 9. And this is a courtesy of Quick Trip Trivia. Counting playoff games, how many consecutive 100-yard rushing games does Aaron Jones currently have? Anybody have that answer? We will find out shortly, and we'll talk about Aaron Jones also. Here's the kick from Reichert, and it's fielded 3 yards deep in the end zone. Now the coverage guys and the kick blockers, they take off, and the kick gets past the 25. The returner does between the hash marks, and he stopped right around there at about the 26. Aaron Jones, I don't know whether he caught wind Josh Jacobs was coming to Green Bay or like whatever was going on.
Formation, kicking team number 98.
All right.
Left prior to the kick being caught by the receiving team. It's a 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, Cleveland.
It seems like it took him about 5 minutes to sign, and man, we can't wait to watch him in the regular season. Here's the answer to the trivia question. 5. Boom. Ooh, we got a Minnesota in there too. Aaron Jones, what led you to him?
Again, somebody who's had a long career, obviously in this division. For a fast guy willing to run between the tackles, really accelerate at the line of scrimmage. In the passing game, a weapon. Not necessarily a choice guy, but get it on the edge, accelerate up a break, a third down weapon. Just an incredible teammate, incredible guy. Fits in our culture. A culture carrier, really, not just fits in, can lead a culture. Just an incredible guy. We're surprised he got out of Green Bay, but the second we saw that opportunity, we pounced.
Nickname Showtime, and he's here to put on a show for the Minnesota Vikings. One thing, with Aaron is I've seen him play on TV a bunch, called a bunch of his games. Until I saw him at OTAs without pads and everything, I had no idea how fast that young man was.
Unbelievably fast. The time speed doesn't do justice to what he is. Again, it's about acceleration, what he does, how he changes speeds. Incredible running back. We're excited to have him.
Dorian Thompson or Robinson still in the game. Hands off to veteran tailback Deontay Foreman. Minnesota leads about midway through the second quarter, 13-7.
All right, Kwesi, I'm going to ask you the question du jour of the last couple days, and I've asked as many people as I can this question. Did you stand next to David Njoku?
I did.
And see just how big that man is?
I love David. I was here with David, one of my favorite people. He's like that all the time. He doesn't wear shirts in the middle of January.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would either. But I came back, and a lot of those guys that I was here with were first and second year players, and now they're on their second contracts and just veteran players. It's been cool to see them grow up. Just proud of him and a lot of those guys there.
DTR with a throw to the right side, and it is incomplete. So that's going to bring up a punt for the Cleveland Browns. And that was Dwight McLeather, undrafted from Arkansas, spent 2020 at LSU with Durante Jones, who is not only the DB's coach and passing game coordinator for the defense, but he's calling the defense in the first half. Mike Sarabo, your inside linebackers coach in the second half. What a great gesture, not only by Kevin O'Connell, but by the organization to give those guys a chance. Wes Phillips, too, right?
Absolutely. It's not just player development, it's staff development, it's people development. We believe in that here in Minnesota.
Lucky let that one fly over his head, and it's a touchback. More with Kwesi Adofo-Mensah coming up around the corner. The Vikings get the ball, and they have the lead. 13-7 from Cleveland on the Minnesota Vikings Entertainment Network.
Hey, hungry? And your heart is ticking for chicken? Well, take a quick turn into Quick Trip, because we got no ordinary chicken. Yeah, go wild with wings. Next level super wings with trusty sidekick and sauces. Or let's talk tender. Quick Chick tenders. Love me tenders. Love me some Quick tenders. Ours are bigger, better, tastier. Or if you're feeling good old school comfort fried chicken, we got it. Hand breaded, down homier than anywhere. Quick Trip, saving your nuggets from ordinary.
From the convenience stores in Cloquet to the supermarkets in St. Cloud, the Minnesota Lottery's Vikings scratch game is here. These are the concrete coliseums where we'll challenge chance and chase glory, where we'll gamely scratch and fearlessly scrape in pursuit of up to $100,000 in cash prizes. These are the stadiums where we come to play. Get in the game. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
At Premier Bank, we get to know you personally, work to earn your trust, and partner with you to help you achieve your goals. Like our hometown hero, Vikings linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel, we aren't afraid to tackle your financial needs. Visit ePremierBank.com or stop by any of the Premier Bank Iowa locations in Rock Valley, Rock Rapids, and Dune, or the South Dakota locations in Alcester and Hudson for quality service you can count on. Visit ePremierBank.com today. Premier Bank, member FDIC.
For Minnesotans, the outdoors is home. Nobody gives you more ways to get there than Polaris. From Indian motorcycles and Ranger side-by-sides to Indy snowmobiles and Bennington pontoons, we bring Minnesota's best to every season. Our wooded trails, twisted highways, and the rugged shores of all 10,000 lakes are an invitation. A chance to let what's outside challenge what's inside you. Polaris. Think outside. A proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings preseason football returns now on The Fan.
And we're back on the Vikings Entertainment Network, 13-7 Minnesota. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, general manager for the Minnesota Vikings, is with us. And Ben Lieber's on the sideline. What do you have up your sleeve, Ben?
Well, honestly, a whole lot of sweat up my sleeve because it really hasn't calmed down too much down here. But Bryson, I did want to talk to you about just the run game in general. We did touch on Kene a little bit, but these last 2 games, I know we still have a game to play here, but the offensive line just looks different. They look like they're a little bit more athletic, more physical, a lot of the big yardage coming from the inside on these inside seams. What have you seen? What have you liked about our offensive line so far in camp?
I think you nailed it. I think part of it is the evaluation process. You talk about being hungry with talent acquisition. We try to get guys who can stay connected on blocks, move people. And then you give a lot of credit to Kevin. And the camp he's run, he's tried to be more physical, establish the run game. And you've seen the fruits of that labor here today.
Mullins under center on 2nd down, 2nd and 8. Myles Gaskin, the former Dolphin. He's a veteran. He's the tailback. Play action. Straight drop by Nick. He's been sacked a couple of times. Fires a bullet over the middle. Caught by Trent Sherfield Sr. Very, very strong young man is Trent. He nearly shook a tackle, and we have a flag on the play. They're going to stop it at the 45-yard line. Pending infraction, that will be a Minnesota Vikings first down.
Yeah, this is going to go against Cleveland, but great protection up front on that play.
Illegal contact. Defense number 25. That penalty's declined. Yardage gained is a first down.
To Ben's question, you get the run game going. Now you turn around and play pass, and you get those open spaces and zones. That's Kevin's offense, the marriage of the run and pass that people talk about. That's what it's see.
Well, a couple of the guys as part of the Minnesota Moving Company right now are coveted rookies. Michael Juergens at center, he's gone the distance. Likewise for Walter Rouse, the left tackle. He's played a lot of right tackle at training camp. He's played left tackle. Versatile sword, isn't he?
Yes, absolutely.
He's pulling now.
We try and get all our offensive lineman versatility. On game day, you only get 8. So you got to have multiple positions but we're excited about them. It's the beginning of their journey. We're not trying to say more than it is, but we're excited about where they're developing and where the arrow is going.
And that's kind of the beauty of preseason, right? Where if Rouse, say somebody's not the greatest puller or not the greatest at whatever, well, this is the time to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Player development. This is the chance for us to identify their need areas where they need to work on, and we'll spend the season with our great player development staff hoping to improve it.
There've been during the week, especially, obviously not today, but there were a couple of veteran defensive players that I think stood out and saw a lot from. And one of them was Jihad Ward, who played real well. And I think Tillery has come in and taken advantage of the situation. I've never seen a guy wear 300 pounds so well, right? He's a monster, and he's starting to produce out on the field. So tell us about those guys and what you want to see out of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Jerry Tillery, he was a former first-round pick. There's not that many humans that walk the earth looking that good, 300 pounds, and that's partly why he was drafted there. And again, you talk about somebody who's continued to ascend in their career. He's entering a place where people tend to reach their prime of their career, so we're excited about that. In our defense, being a 3-4 guy, but also the ability to get upfield and disrupt when he's athletic enough to do that. For sure. Jihad Ward, we're somebody excited about him. The role he's going to play for us, a bigger type body on the outside backer end, but he can swing inside, rush against the guard, do some things. He's got a little crafty vet savvy in there. We're excited for that role he'll play for us.
That was 3rd and short, and Myles Gaskin with very good vision because he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he found a seam to get a first down. Now, we're looking at Sam Darnold, who will be the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings when the team heads to MetLife Stadium. What led you guys to Sam?
Sam, a talented player. Again, a former first-round pick. He throws it incredibly well. Got a quick, tight release. Accurate with the football. Can go downfield to intermediate game. Great pocket movement. I think that's something we kind of look for. Feet and eyes going through your progressions, but able to manipulate in the pocket. Overcome a pressure. Still keep your eyes up. Go downfield. And then somebody who, quite frankly, the context around his play. Where he played before. We think we can elevate him. We think we've got a good roster around him. A good scheme that elevates the quarterback play, and we think we can see the best version of him here, and we'll be able to win some games with him.
And we're seeing some highlights with him throwing to the likes of Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel, playing for Kyle Shanahan's San Francisco 49ers, an organization for which Kwesi also worked before his days with the Cleveland Browns. Mullins, shotgun, he'll throw short left, incomplete. But how much does it matter? Because Sam comes into the league as a high draft pick with the Jets, then he goes to Carolina, and then he doesn't play much with San Francisco. But I know the reverence and respect you have for the 49ers and the way they run things and their coaching staff. Does that matter a lot when you pull somebody for such an important spot?
Absolutely. you know the type of training they're going to be getting, what's emphasized. Again, we talk about feet and eyes, different things like that. We know that they play a similar way. And look, frankly, the similar offenses are going to go shop in the same areas. Now they have Josh Dobbs, we have Sam Darnold,
right?
Because we definitely respect each other in what we do from the passing game standpoint.
Three receivers left. Lucky Jackson Wright on 3rd and 7. Mullins trying to get away from the pressure. Got away from one guy. Couldn't get away from two. And he's now been sacked 3 times. We hit the 2-minute warning. More with Kwesi Adofo-Mensah coming up around the corner. Vikes ball. Vikes lead. 13-7 from Cleveland on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
What's poppin'? Justin Jefferson here.
Football is a lot of explosion, a lot of energy and attitude.
It's a whole different vibe. With these open earbuds, it's like you're in the moment, but also you can hear everything around you. You can be involved.
To have good sound and to be so light on your ear means a lot to me. Putting that music into my ears,
you feel good enough to go out there and play.
You turn on that switch, no one can stop you.
For more, check out Bose.com.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Minnesota Vikings all season with your favorite purple and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from US Bank Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Vikings branded gear from the Shields fan shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Vikings. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
Hey, hungry? And your heart is ticking for chicken? Well, take a quick turn and a quick trip because we got no ordinary chicken. Yeah, go wild with wings. Next level super wings with trusty sidekick and sauces. Or let's talk tender. Quick chick tenders. Love me tenders. Love me some quick tenders. Ours are bigger, better, tastier. Or if you're feeling good old school comfort fried chicken, we got it. Hand breaded down homier than anywhere. Quick Trip, saving your nuggets from ordinary.
From the convenience stores in Cloquet to the supermarkets in St. Cloud, the Minnesota Lottery's Vikings scratch game is here. These are the concrete coliseums where we'll challenge chance and chase glory, where we'll gamely scratch and fearlessly scrape in pursuit of up to $100,000 in cash prizes. These are the stadiums where we come to play. Get in the game. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Your radio home for Vikings football is KFAN.
Jordan Love is definitely winning MVP this year.
Only a fool wouldn't at least consider someone like Joe Cool Burrow. Are you a fool, Mr. Harrison?
Unbelievable. And with NFL Plus Premium, you too can be a football know-it-all.
Courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network, we are back at Cleveland Browns Stadium. The Vikings are about to punt, and they have 2 punters on the roster currently. This one is Seth Vernon. We saw him against the Las Vegas Raiders. He punted 2 times for an average of 45 per with a 55 long. And well, now Ryan Wright's coming in. Well, that's crazy because Vernon, quite the athlete. He was a receiver at Portland State. But for whatever the reason, Vernon has come out of the game. And here's Ryan Wright. He had 7 touchbacks last year and only 1 the year before. It took place in the postseason game against the Giants. DePaula sends it back to Wright. And fair catch at the 6-yard line. Let's boot it down to Ben Lieber on the sideline.
We were talking about Sam Darnold. You know, we can all see the physical traits, but I want to ask you, Kwesi, just about his mental approach. I mean, in all fairness, this is his 4th offense that he's working on right now. There's a lot of expectations around him and around this offense. So how do you guys as a staff approach just the patience that you got to have with somebody that's learning a new offense and just kind of where his mentals are at overall?
Yeah, it's the patience, but it's also the faith I have in Kevin and how he develops and teaches. And I've sat in the classroom. He makes it come to life for them. He explains the why behind the plays in a way that not every coach does in the NFL. So it's a belief in that. And again, you talk about relationships. Josh McNown was his teammate with the Jets, and so we know him as a learner, and we think we're getting the best version of Sam right now, a point in his career where he's dialed in and going to give it his best shot to be a great player for the Vikings.
Now, Kwesi, the rookie J.J. McCarthy, was set to start today, and obviously we have a torn meniscus. He's going to be out for the season. How are you handling the setback?
You know, this job is about...
Cleveland has an injured player after the 2-minute warning, and this situation requires a team charge timeout. This will be their first time out of the half.
This job is about adversity and overcoming it. And so, you know, I don't ever let myself get down. We talk about positivity, and that's tested in the moments where it matters, you know, and this is one of them. JJ's just a great kid, and I know what we have in him, so I'm excited about the future. I'm working on his player development plan for this year, so I'm going to throw myself into that with excitement and just know that he's probably watching this game, taking notes, and we'll have a scouting report for Kev when we get back to Minnesota.
Well, I thought one thing that was interesting Tuesday when you know, everybody's getting on the buses, start talking about, you know, all the news that had popped is, you know, I'm certainly not speaking for the team, but I kind of got the feel that you guys felt from what you saw in the offseason, training camp, and in that Raiders game, the hay's in the barn. We don't exactly know what we have, but we know what we have we like.
Yes.
And we're glad that he's with us. So this is a bad beat, but it's not like there's not going to be an NFL season next year.
Absolutely. That's the bright side I take from it. And so we're looking forward, but we're obviously our feet are where we are today, but we're excited about the future.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson still at quarterback, holding the ball a little long, throws it out left, outside the numbers to Deontay Foreman. He makes one guy miss, he makes Asamoah miss, and finally he is corralled and thrown down out of bounds by Jay Ward, second-year LSU. First down for the Browns. What an interesting run it's been for Jay. I mean, all the way back to like 2019. I talked to Durante Jones yesterday, and he's like, all right, Jay was a safety. He got to LSU, I made him a corner, and then he's multifaceted. So he's going to play safety in the NFL, pass over the middle, caught Ricci, and now he's playing mostly corner. I mean, seriously, that's a lot switching back and forth. Brian Flores told us yesterday he feels he's best as a cornerback. He just plays faster. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that obviously Flo would be a great person to talk to about that. In our defense, the safety position involves a lot of communication, different things, getting everybody lined up, so it can allow you to play faster if you don't have to do that. But Jay's talented. He's an instinctive football player. He likes to come downhill, hit people, blitz, the type of stuff that safeties do, nickelbacks do, and corners do in this defense as well.
Well, I'd say one guy that's not out on the field that I want to talk about for a quick second is Ivan Pace. I mean, Ivan Pace, undrafted rookie free agent a year ago, and today he's not dressing. He's become that, you know, big of a part of the defense. What goes into the free agents? I know you talked about relationships and you talked about a number of other things, but to find these undrafted guys,
that's just a hungry evaluation, like we talked about earlier. Our coaches get really involved in that process, and at that point in the draft, it's not about measurables. It's going to be about who actually can play football. It might not look the same way it looks in the first or second round, but the results on the field can be that way. And IP was that way, to be frank. His film, you talk about rundowns, instinctive getting to the football, it's all there, but he doesn't. The measurables don't match up to the guys that go earlier in the draft, and that's where you take those opportunities. He's incredible talent. He's been great for us.
Well, Durante Jones, DB's coach, calling the defense in the first half, is channeling his inner Brian Flores with some of these blitzes because he forced DTR to throw it early, and it was incomplete. So now it's 2nd and 10, 31 seconds to go in the first half, empty backfield, 4-man rush. And Dorian Thompson-Robinson throws it over the middle, and it bounds up into the air, and it's intercepted by Lewis Cine. Lewis Cine picked it off at the 17-yard line. So with 20 seconds to go in the first half, Minnesota leads 13-7, and they will get the ball with an opportunity if Wes Phillips, calling the plays, is so inclined to dial something up deep down the field. I know I laugh every time. I just think it's probably happened a million times all over the place. I think it's so cool when coaches acquiesce or the gesture of letting other people do what is a really cool job, even if it's just during preseason, you know?
Yeah, that's no ego coming from both Kevin and Flo, and then obviously just the want to develop their staff.
All right, 20 seconds to go. Mullins still in the game, and he's 11 of 21, 135 yards and a touchdown. Good for Lewis Cine. First-round pick a couple of years ago, had that catastrophic injury at Tottenham Hotspur. It's been an arduous return for him, physically and mentally, you know. it's always good when Lewis does good things.
Yep.
Let's see what happens with Mullins here. Looks like we're going to take a knee and head to halftime, where the Browns will get the ball to begin the second half. That was an honor.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Glad to do it in Cleveland. I got a lot of love for this place. Proposed to my wife here. A lot of great memories here. Just thankful to be back here with these great people.
Yeah, you can come back for the fourth quarter or do the whole Eagles game if you want.
My boss is Sam. That's Sam.
Yeah, Sam Newton, part of a second-to-none public relations staff. Thank you, Kwesi. Have a good day. That's Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, general manager for the Minnesota Vikings, with Ben Lieber and Pete Bursich. I'm Paul Allen. Thanks to a touchdown from Nick Mullins to Tristan Jackson and a couple of Will Reichert field goals, the Minnesota Vikings have a 13-7 lead into the second half. Cleveland gets the ball to begin said half, and you'll watch it on Fox 9, listen to it on KFAN, and it's all part of the Vikings Entertainment Network.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 18 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
Hey, honey, the battery light on my dash lit up. I think I'll take it to a shop today.
Really? I can take care of that.
Are you sure?
Of course. Okay, get my battery. Let's just drop it in and...
Are you okay out there?
I think so.
Should my car be smoking like that?
Some things are better left to the professional. When you need your vehicle fixed, trust your local repair facility. And when you need a battery, trust FVP. Visit FVPparts.com for an installer near you.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The Minnesota Vikings count on knowledgeable coaches to bring out the best in their team. Your organization should count on Loeffler, the most knowledgeable office technology and services partner in the Midwest, to deliver innovative solutions and get the best results from your team. Loeffler operates and supports a full portfolio of solutions, including copiers and printers, managed print services, cloud-based and managed IT, phone systems, and on-site managed services solutions. Loeffler is your most valuable partner for innovative business technology and services in the upper Midwest.
This is Minnesota's home for football. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
The Minnesota Vikings halftime report is presented by U.S. Bank, Polaris, Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, and by Twin Cities Orthopedics. Now live from the KFAN studios, here's Mike Mussman.
13-7 Vikes at the half. Only one Minnesota brand has what it takes to help you explore the roads, the trails, and the lakes, and the snow. It's Polaris. Think outside. Tristan Jackson with a 14-yard touchdown. Reichert with 41 and 38-yard field goals. That gets us to 13-7, and here are your stats. Presented by Lumen, official technology partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Mullins gets the start, and Mullins, he was 11 of 21, 135, a touchdown. More importantly, no interceptions. Kene Nwangwu on the ground, 7 carries and 45 yards. And Tristan Jackson, once again, back-to-back games where he is delivering 3 receptions and 39 yards in the first half. There's a new way to stream your Vikings coverage, shows, and insight right on your big screen TV. It's Fox Local, a free streaming app. Search Fox Local on your streaming device. Install and stay connected with your Vikings and local news with Fox Local. Chris Hockey is going to be joining me coming up here next. It's 13-7 at the half. We'll find out what he thought of that first half. That is next. This is Vikings football.
High five. Up top. Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Yeah. He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Yes. The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
When the game is over, it's time to relax. No matter if it's a win or loss, you always win at Spalon Montage, the Twin Cities' premier salon and spa destination for over 25 years. With convenient locations in Edina, Woodbury, and Chanhassen, there's a Spalon close to you. Right now, football fans, you can get a bonus when you give the gift of Spalon. Purchase a $175 gift certificate and receive a $25 gift certificate for yourself. Visit Spalon.com now or call 952-915-2900.
Hello, families. Are you looking for a safe, loving, learning environment for your child? New Horizon Academy is a family-owned child care program that serves families just like yours. Our curriculum is specially designed to meet the educational needs of children ages 6 weeks through school age. We invite you to call or stop into your neighborhood New Horizon Academy to take a tour anytime. Learn more at newhorizonacademy.net. New Horizon Academy, where love and learning grow.
Wait for your men's or women's health care at the doctor's office or Redbox RX it and get the care you need wherever you are. Wait for prescriptions at the pharmacy or Redbox RX it and have it shipped to you. Redbox RX is the easy, affordable way to get quality, personalized care with private online consultations, upfront pricing, and low-cost prescriptions shipped for free. Redbox RX, the same, but really different. Get 50% off your first prescription at redboxrx.com with code NASCAR.
The Fan.
To the end zone, caught, touchdown. Tristan Jackson with touchdowns in successive weeks. That one goes for 14, and the Vikings get the ball first, and they grab the lead 6-0.
Paul Allen on the call. Tristan Jackson back-to-back weeks getting touchdowns. Hey, located at Eden Prairie Center, Wildfire offers a selection of steaks, chops, and seafood in a modern-day 1940s supper club. You can join them for lunch, dinner, and carry out. You can plan your next corporate or social event in one of their private rooms, or let them cater to your home or office. WildfireRestaurant.com. Tristan Jackson with that touchdown. We have Chris Hawkey joining us there in Cleveland. And Hawk, Tristan Jackson, he and Speedy Naylor and Brandon Powell, man, they are making a really good case for WR3.
They sure are, and it should be interesting to see who decides to keep what and how many receivers we'll keep on this squad. I mean, you've only got so many spots, and I know that they're still looking for somebody to return kicks. They're looking for a punt returner, so a lot of things are going to go into that, but it was good to see some flash, especially out of Jackson.
Wes Phillips is going to be doing the play calling throughout the game. So far, he has already started doing that. And I have to mention this, and I know you watching it there from the stadium, we got to talk about the trenches because both sides, the Vikings offensive line, they've been opening up holes. The run game's working well. And on the other side, the defense is holding the Browns' run game to almost nothing.
Yeah, we're seeing the youth from both sides of the football team, obviously, and we saw sort of the same thing when we were watching the joint practices this week. We saw a lot of intense physical battles down in the trenches, and both coaches like that kind of thing. I think we want aggression on the offensive and defensive lines. I know that when we talked to both the defensive and offensive coordinators yesterday, in the production meetings for the broadcast, they both mentioned their offenses and defensive lines and how they've come together and coalesced into one tight group of people. So, again, I think what we're going to see is a lot of tough cuts as we get closer and closer to getting down to the 53-man roster for this team, because there are a lot of players making a case for themselves to make this roster.
All right, so Nick Mullins gets the start, 11 of 21, 135 yards, got a touchdown, more importantly, 0 interceptions, Hawk. But here's the thing, and one thing I did notice about him, if Nick's on the run, if he's scrambling, if it's a rollout, if he's, pedaling back, his accuracy level is way down.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, just talking again to the offensive coordinator yesterday, Wes was mentioning the positives and the negatives of Nick, and it's the exact same thing that we've always seen and what we saw with him last year when he got his opportunity to start. If he can find a way just to avoid those crazy mistakes, the kind of mistakes that you don't expect a pro quarterback to make, we've seen so many good plays out of him, but you're right. When he is scrambling, when he gets out there, and when he's off script, sometimes he has troubles, and we saw that continue today. I don't think we'll see him in the second half. We might see Holland. We might see the new kid they just brought in. So we'll see what the coaches decide to do in the second half, but we're going to get a new look, I think.
Real quick, Kene Nwangwu on the ground, 7 carries, 45 yards, looking the part.
Yeah, and again, second time in a row he's looked good, and he's fast. We know that, so we got to see if he can improve blocking out of the backfield and see how much of a dent he can make in making this squad this year. Lastly, if you don't mind, Mus, as we let you go here, we still haven't gotten the rain. I'm starting to learn what it's like to be a weatherman because they keep saying it's going to rain. They keep moving it back. Now they're saying 8 o'clock right now. Lake Erie's messing with me, man.
It's that lake effect is what you got going on over there.
That's exactly what's going on today. Yeah, I'm waiting for this big rainstorm that ain't came yet.
Great stuff. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Chris Hockey from the Power Trip Morning Show there. Hey, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. It's Minnesota Vikings football.
The radio home of the Minnesota Vikings. FM 100.3, KFXM Minneapolis, St. Paul. The Fan.
13-7 at the half with Wangwu on the ground, 7 carries and 45 yards. Mullins, 11 of 21, 135 and a touchdown. So far, 198 total net yards from your Minnesota Vikings at 13-7 or 13-7 at the half. We got the second half coming up next on the Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with a new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
From the convenience stores in Cloquet to the supermarkets in St. Cloud, the Minnesota Lottery's Vikings scratch game is here. These are the concrete coliseums where we'll challenge chance and chase glory, where we'll gamely scratch and fearlessly scrape in pursuit of up to $100,000 in cash prizes. These are the stadiums where we come to play. Get in the game. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
There are places in life where it's helpful to take shortcuts and cut corners. Your home is not one of them. Custom One builds homes, spaces, landscapes, and exteriors around stories. Your story. It's custom because your story hasn't been told before. It means the journey starts with your vision and a blank sheet of paper. Because we've never built your home before, and we'll never build it again. Custom One. Home comes first.
The recruitment industry has changed, and it's time for you to take action and change with it. If you're looking to advance your career, or your company is looking to hire key individuals that can grow your business, GPAC is here for you. We are the eyes and ears of the industries we serve. Contact us today at gogpac.com. That's GOGPAC.com. It's grow time.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Football season's back on the Fan. My name is Chris Hockey. We'll break it down Monday morning, 5:30 to 9, right here on the Power Trip on the Fan.
Against the Las Vegas Raiders, Justin Jefferson was mic'd up on the sideline. Everything went well for the Vikings. You had a Tristan Jackson touchdown. Trent Sherfield Sr. scored a touchdown. And Harrison Smith, who is Minnesota Vikings immortality, one of the great defensive players in the history of this team, he will be wearing a microphone, and we will get his thoughts as Reichert is set to kick off. And kick off to Jalen Darden. But first, the Minnesota Vikings Foundation recently celebrated the 5-year anniversary of the Vikings Table food truck. To date, Vikings Table has delivered more than 65,000 meals to underserved children and families. A renewed partnership with XL Energy will support this program for another 5 years. So on behalf of the team and on behalf of the beneficiaries of Vikings Table, thank you, XL Energy, and thank you, Minnesota Vikings. So now we've seen it a few times, watched some others on television. The new kickoff rule, where the coverage guys line up at the 40, 5 yards away from them. You have a bunch of Cleveland Browns strewn across the field, and 2 potential returners for the Browns. Prochet is back at the 9, and Darden is back at the goal line. What do you think about all this?
Yeah, it's definitely, it develops very quickly, right? You know, it's not the Gill kickoff where you had guys just hustling down the field, but seeing a lot of touchbacks today, but I expect the deeper you get in the preseason, the more these guys are going to try to do something just to make the team.
Now, that's a touchback, which means it comes out to the 30, but a flag came in, right as he caught the ball at about the 45-yard line. The Vikings already had an illegal formation penalty on one of these kick coverage opportunities.
Illegal formation.
Yeah.
Kicking team number 98.
Okay.
Left prior to the kick being fielded by the receiving team. It's a 5-yard penalty from the 30-yard line to the 35, first down, Cleveland.
Yeah, that's
twice on him.
On Bo Richter. That's our second.
He's just
take a peek at it. What happened?
Getting a little jumpy. I don't know if his foot was too far over the line or he left before the ball was touched by the return guy. So I don't know. Looked like a good get off to me. Must have been lined up on the wrong side of the line.
13-7 Vikings lead. Hundley's in at quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Throws to the left side and it's caught. It's a big hit to Zaire Mitchell-Payton in his first full season from Florida Atlantic. And the Browns quickly strike with a 30-yard hit. The quarterback, Tyler Huntley, 5th year from Utah, unrestricted free agent pickup in the offseason from the Baltimore Ravens. He spent 4 seasons with the Ravens, did the quarterback, and made 9 starts with 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He can run, too. He ran in 3 touchdowns. Handoff on first down, up the middle between the hash marks, and hit at the 35. And plunging ahead will be Deontay Foreman. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
And we're getting the first chance to look at Nashawn Wright, we traded for Andrew Booth just a week ago. He came from the Dallas Cowboys, so he's getting the opportunity to get out there and show everybody what he could do. Definitely opportunities on this team at that position. So he's going to have to battle this entire game.
Huntley facing a blitz. They're going to screen into it. Very well done. Caught by Foreman. Wiggles right, wiggles left, just inside the numbers. Hit at the 28 and stopped at the 26 for a gain of 5. Ben, with the Minnesota Vikings in the second half, what are you looking for? And now the defense is coordinated by inside linebackers coach Mike Saravo.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Kevin O'Connell coming out of the locker room onto the field. And, I asked him sort of the same thing. He's like, look, we just got to practice on maintaining this lead. And, that's obviously not playing tight, but that means don't take any unnecessary chances. He really wants to challenge these guys just to play within the scheme, just play within the fundamentals of what they're asking you to do. Don't try to do too much. He did talk about how Nick Mullins played in the first half. He liked a lot of things. He just says that he needs to work on when plays get extended. We talk about those off-schedule plays of just try not to do too much. If you feel like you're going to take a hit, get rid of the ball. No need for unnecessary hits on your body, and that way you kind of avoid any sort of catastrophic mistakes. So a lot of positives he liked in the run game, but it's all about preserving here this lead in the second half and playing within themselves.
We just saw Jay Ward, who's played corner, and now he's playing safety. So he's getting safety run in this game. Lewis Seen is the deep safety as Huntley goes on play action. And he's going to dump it left for a first down inside the 10-yard line. And that one is caught by Trayton Welch for a gain of 22. This is a college free agent from Wyoming by way of Buffalo High School in Minnesota, part of class of 2019. And he was a baller for the Bison, wide receiver and tight end. In fact, in his final year, he had 1,032 receiving yards. That was most in Minnesota high school football. And Welch scored 17 goals for the Buffalo Bison high school hockey team in 3 seasons of hockey. Meanwhile, Bo Richter, frustrated by the mysterious illegal formations on the kicks, comes surging in and sacks the quarterback for a loss of 7.
That's his 3rd one of the preseason. And I think what Cleveland's doing, they're seeing that 5-man front. You're losing a guy in zone coverage, so they want to bootleg off of it. And you're counting on your quarterback to make a guy miss. And in that case, Bo Richter, who is a very, very good athlete, 5 years at Air Force, and he's been stepping up, Paul, and been very active. He's been getting to the quarterback, and regardless of your height, weight, speed, that's fantastic.
7th play of a possession that's gone 54 yards and is going to be thwarted and halted by an interception, and Dwight McGlothern takes off far side to the 20, scoots by Brown at the 40, and Dwight McGlothern has a pick 6 6, or does he? No, he stopped inside the 10. He had a pick 6 at the Thursday joint practice. Huntley throws it right to McLeathern, and the undrafted corner from Arkansas was able to return it 91 yards.
And Paul, when you get in pressure on the quarterback decides he wants to get through it. And what a great job by McLeathern. The ball wasn't thrown to the guy he was covering, but he had his eyes on the quarterback. So he was able to fall back in that zone, the ball thrown a little bit overthrown, and was able to step in and come up with the interception. A great catch and really a good decision by him to get up and run. He didn't fall in the end zone. He realized where he was on the field, and he got himself up and got down the field. So great job by McLeathern. Would love to have seen him put it in the end zone. But you're right. The guys, he's putting together a good set of days. Interception practice, interception in the game. That's good.
Jaron Hall now in at quarterback. And he hands it to Gaskin, who weaves his way up the middle across the 5, down by the end zone, and they say it was short. Jaron Hall to Miles Gaskin for a run of 7 yards. And that will make it 2nd and goal for the Minnesota Vikings. Jaron Hall, 2nd year from BYU, 5th-round pick in 2023. Against the Raiders, 7 of 16, 63 yards. He started a couple of games last year, played in 3 in totality. Got hurt at Atlanta. Overall, 0 touchdowns and 1 interception last year for Jaron Hall, who's under center. The center still is rookie Michael Juergens. Hall looks to fade left side and back left of the end zone. Touchdown, Malik Knowles. He held it long enough, back left of the end zone to Hall, and a touchdown. Hall to Knowles, and the Vikings stretch the lead to 19-7.
That's just a great job by Jaron Hall executing this offense. When the Browns are showing blitz, all the gaps are filled, and you have one-on-ones on the outside, you find out which one's the tallest receiver, and then it's literally snap to the fade. And what a great throw and a great catch. They're looking at the catch right now. I know they're taking a long look at it to make sure he came down with it. But throwing a perfect jump ball. So nice job by Jaron Hall to just see what happened and from what was there, and then trying to take advantage of the one-on-one on the outside.
Take another peek at it here on Fox 9. What do you think, taking a look?
Well, all he has to do is have possession and get 2 feet on the ground.
Yep, caught it.
One, 2. I don't know.
I think that left one one was down very quickly in sneaky fashion. That's a touchdown, and that's what Clete Blakeman's staff says. Here's Reichard for an extra point try. Snap spot. And he nails it. So the Minnesota Vikings have a 27 lead early in the 3rd quarter against the Cleveland Browns. Harrison Smith, mic'd up on the sideline, joins us next on the Minnesota Vikings Entertainment Network.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Pure Lux Med Spa, the preferred med spa of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders. Indulge in the same top-tier treatments that the MVC trusts for their beauty needs. Say goodbye to unwanted hair and hello to flawlessly smooth skin at Pure Lux Med Spa with the only elite IQ laser in Minnesota. Pure Lux Med Spa uses only state-of-the-art Class 4 true lasers for elite hair removal and body contouring. Elevate your beauty routine with Botox and cosmetic filler treatments and age-defying skincare treatments such as Diamond Glow and Skin Pen for collagen induction therapy. For more information, visit mypurelux.com/Vikings for exclusive offers to Vikings fans.
Hello, Vikings fans. Frankie Lensmeyer here, and owner of The Humble Goat. The secret is out, and I'm delighted to present our newest product, the Humble Goat Whey Protein Powder. Yes, you heard correctly, goat whey protein. Why goat? Because it's packed with 25 grams of protein per serving. It's easy to digest, helps with muscle growth repair, and it tastes great. Now available online at thehumblegoat.com. For recipes, check us out on social media. Use SKOL24 for 20% off your first purchase. Go Vikes!
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Minnesota Vikings all season with your favorite purple and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from US Bank Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Vikings branded gear from the Shields fan shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Vikings. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
Back to PA and Minnesota Vikings football on the Fan.
And Harrison Smith, Harry the Hitman, mic'd up for the third quarter. There he is chatting with Nick Muse. Harrison, thanks a lot for helping us. How about that interception return by, I'll call him Dwight McGlothern. You can take it from there.
Yeah, we call him Nudie. He's a ball player. He's always making plays. He's been doing it since we started camp, so there's no surprise with that one.
Right.
I need him getting in the end zone though.
Yeah, his nickname indeed is Nudie, and it was Tyler Huntley who was undressed on that throw, and I was hoping McGlothern would get into the end zone, man. But how are things? How are things down there? Like when you watch a game from this vantage point, how do you watch it when it comes to the secondary and just the totality of the defense?
It's good. Normally, if I'm not mic'd up with you, I've got a defensive headset on, so I'm getting a call and looking at the secondary and the front and just trying to pretend I'm out there, see what guys are doing.
Right. Quick hitter to the right, gain of 5 or 6. It'll be second and about 4 for the Cleveland Browns. Pete?
We talked a lot about Jay Ward and his ability to play both safety and corner. And in this day and age, in this league, Harrison, it's a very rare thing to do. So talk about his skill set and his ability to do both and what it takes for someone to be able to do both.
Yeah, he played a lot of corner at LSU and flashed on special teams big time last year. So when you're flashing on special teams and making those tackles, they tend to be a little harder than even on defense sometimes. So you got to find a spot for a guy like that. And it's kind of the more you can do.
Harrison, in chatting with Brian Flores yesterday and Theo Jackson, and we've heard it a million times, when they all say like you're a coach on the field or a coach in the room to these guys, I ain't trying to make you sound old or anything, but like what goes into that, trying to raise these younger players and get them better quickly?
Lucky Jack! I'm in the way right now. Yeah, it's just it kind of
Lewis Scene's playing angry. Flag.
It might have been before the hit, though.
Yeah, the flag came out before the hit.
Yep.
So they're gonna have a little discussion.
Yeah, being I don't like saying the old guy, but being the veteran in the room,
right.
You know, it kind of comes with the territory, and it's a role I've always enjoyed the mental side of the game, anyways. And however I can pass on the experience and knowledge I have, I try to. I don't try to be like overbearing and overdo it, but guys have questions, they come to me, or if I see something, I'll let them know. But I don't like to overstep, Durante and Flo and everybody. But if I see something, I'll try to help out where I can.
That was holding on Jordan Kanashik, who just got here like a few days ago, 6-year from Cal. And he spent his last 2 years with Cleveland. No gain on that play. And it will be second down for the Cleveland Browns. Ben Lieber, the Vikings lead 20-7. What do you have for the Hitman?
Thank you. Well, yeah, I mean, look, we got to talk about the guy that just keeps making plays on defense right now. A lot of fans been wanting to see Lewis Seen sort of show up. We all understand the injury situation, but, he gets a tip ball interception. He didn't maybe do anything super special, but it shows up on the stat list. And I tell you what, that huge hit that he just had, I mean, I'm not saying that this is going to be the game that propels him to X, Y, and Z, but, I know that you've been there in those situations before where sometimes it's just a spark that gets you to take another step and hit another gear. Do you think this game is the type of game that Lewis Seen absolutely has to have?
Is that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is, Lou came in, reputation of a big hitter, and like you said, had some bad luck there over in London. So being able to bounce back, get his hands on the ball, even though you say that's not like spectacular play, like you catch someone thrown to you, that's a big deal, especially in the red zone before the half. That's points. And then getting a big hit like that, like kind of setting the tone, it should do a lot for his confidence.
And Huntley nearly sacked, runs out to the right and eludes an on-charging Jay Ward for a gain of 7 and a first down. Jay Ward, Harrison, safety, doing good work on special teams, moves to corner. He played both at LSU, but how difficult is it learning everything in Flores defense, like as a safety, and then all of a sudden you're playing corner?
Kind of like we mentioned with my veteran status, some things that I don't think are as hard, right. If you don't have the experience and stuff, they can be harder. In our secondary, a lot of things are interchangeable between safety and corner and just all our pieces. So he has a good understanding of where he fits at both spots.
Now, Harrison, let's talk a little bit about the evolution of your game. And I have a question, and the only reason why I'm asking it is because I think the answer might be different than what I expected. If you had the choice between a sack and an interception, which one would you take?
Is it a sack fumble?
Well, it can be a sack forced fumble if you want it to be.
Now, there's something about interceptions, especially in the secondary, like it's just the act of stealing. It feels good on the football field. So you get a pretty big rush with those. But sacks, especially if you can get the ball out, they can be just as big. So they both do a lot for the team, but picks are a little harder to come by normally.
Well, it is fair to mention that into the regular season, Harrison is a half sack from 20 in his career, joining the 20 sack, 30 interception club, becoming only the 7th in NFL history to do so. We got some HOFs on that list, man. Charles Woodson, Brian Dawkins, Larry Wilson, Ray Lewis, Jack Ham, and Nick Bonacani. So getting a half sack this year would be really cool for Harrison Smith with 5:19 to go in the third quarter. Huntley nearly threw another interception, bounces off the hands of a Viking into the awaiting arms of Jalen Darden, and Darden's able to secure a first down. 16 gets 16, and trailing by 13, the Browns think they're in business. Ben Lieber, what do you have up your sleeve for Harrison?
Well, I want to ask about just what this defense is going through right now. I know that you face a lot of scrambling dual threat quarterbacks. We don't probably see as much of them here in the NFL, but these guys, our defense has their hands full. Like, what's it like when you go against a guy like Huntley that can throw the ball down the field and he can scramble a little bit?
Yeah, it just adds one more element you gotta take into account, especially when you're calling plays on, like, I think that was third and medium-ish. So I don't know what coverage you're in, but if you're playing man and he eludes the pass rush, there's really nobody else looking at him. So that can create some issues against guys like this. Preseason, you normally don't have quite as big of a plan, so you're just kind of playing baseball and just trying to play and show what you can do fundamentally.
Inside linebackers coach Mike Saravo is calling the defense this half. Your position coach Durante Jones called it in the first half. Wes Phillips is calling offense the entire game. As we have a flag here, my man went on the pole a little too early, so this will be an infraction against Cleveland.
61, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
I don't know, man. I think it's really cool that O'Connell, with the gesture of letting other people call the game, likewise for Brian Flores. I think that's pretty cool, man. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I think that's something you should definitely do in the preseason. I know I've seen on like Hard Knocks and stuff, they let players call it, so I'm still waiting on that opportunity. But no, it's good because I've seen some wild stuff happen during the season, so just getting reps for different coaches. It's just like players, really. You want to get a chance to expand it. There we go. Kind of expand your repertoire.
Foreman with a short gain. It's third down for the Browns, 3rd and 12.
Harrison, having been a Viking for as long as you have, you've played in a lot of different styles of defenses. And I don't know if there are two that are more opposite each other than a Mike Zimmer type offense where you had the discipline for defensive linemen do your thing. And then now with what you're doing with Brian Flores, talk about Flores and what do you love about the defense that you're playing right now? Because I'm sure that's part of what kept you around for another year.
mean, you kind of nailed it with that. Some of the defenses I've played in are very like gap sound, matchy on kind of manish coverage. And we do some of that, but we also play a little bit more, I don't know, maybe unconventional is how you call it. But it's very in the player's hands, like within the scheme that Flo has built. And it kind of gives you a few more tools you can use if you know what you're doing and get some more vision on the ball, which is a lot of fun. You can get, like last year we had a lot more forced fumbles. We need to create some more interceptions. But being able to get that many guys to the ball when it comes out is kind of the idea.
Cade York from 34, and he nailed it. More with Harrison Smith. Harry the Hitman mic'd up on the sideline. When we return, the Vikings lead the Browns 20-10, and this is Minnesota Vikings football.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with a new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Discover the ultimate destination to live, work, and play at Viking Lakes. From top-tier office spaces in the Minnesota Vikings World Headquarters to exciting live entertainment and luxury apartment living, Viking Lakes has it all. Discover Viking Lakes residences with spacious apartments, best-in-class finishes, and unparalleled amenities. Our community sets the standard for suburban luxury. Are you planning a company holiday party or a fall picnic? Our venue is perfect for any event. For additional information, please visit explorevikinglakes.com. Experience suburban luxury like never before.
Vikings Weekly on Bally Sports is your all-access pass inside the Minnesota Vikings. Hear straight from head coach Kevin O'Connell.
Complimentary football all the way around.
And your favorite Vikings players as they get ready for game day.
Vikes on three, 1, 2, 3.
Plus, get insight into everything that's happening on and off the field as hosts Tatum Everett and Gabe Henderson keep you in the know.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
It's all on Vikings Weekly on Bally Sports. Check your local listings.
New Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, a non-carbonated refresher with alcohol for weekend flavor any day of the week. Like when you get a case of the Mondays, swap it for the bright fruit flavors of Happy Thursday. Or when Tuesday needs a tune-up, look forward to Happy Thursday. And by Wednesday, you're already halfway there. So drink in the weekend flavor of Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, weekend flavor any day of the week. Celebrate responsibly, non-carbonated, naturally flavored with other natural flavors. 21 and up, contains alcohol. 2024 Molson Coors Beverage Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin beer.
Hey, it's Chris Hockey, the Power Trip Morning Show. Feel it in the air. It's football season, and you're listening to preseason game number 1 on the home of all things purple, The Fan.
Thank you for watching on Fox 9. Thank you for listening via FM 100.3, KFAN, and the Vikings Radio Network. Harrison Smith mic'd up on the sideline as his Vikings lead 20-10. Are your kids, Eleanor and Pierce, watching right now?
They probably are. I don't know if Pierce is paying too much attention.
Hey, it's Daddy.
Eleanor is pretty, she's interested in football. Every time it comes on, she says, Dada. Yeah. Pretty much any sport that comes on.
Yeah, so how would you explain to Eleanor or anybody in your covenant who loves football this new kickoff rule? What do you think of it?
I sold out, huh?
Well, at least you're getting paid a lot for it.
Let's go! The kickoff? I honestly completely forgot about it until we started training camp, so it threw me off when we started practicing it.
Right.
But I think it's good. I think it's good for the game. Like, make it more watchable. Make it a little, as safe as they can make it, with it still being football and entertaining. Because it kind of, the past couple of years, it kind of became something you changed the channel before or something. So
Hall, who threw a touchdown pass to Malik Knowles, hands off Gaskin up the middle for 3, and it'll be 2nd and 7.
So Harrison, right next to the hotel that we've been staying in for the last, seems like a month, there's an airport. Now I'm wondering if you just at some point thought about maybe sneaking on over there, taking the wheel chocks off a Beechcraft, and then just taking that thing up, because you do have your pilot's license. I know a lot of people don't know that, but aviation, that's a big part of, at least it has been a big part of who you are. What are these other things outside of football that you love to do?
So that's something I got into a while ago, and like you mentioned, I had some good runs in a beach craft with Bonanza and Sirius. I haven't thrown in a few years though. It's just with the kids and with my recent love of golf, it's just too much to be safe up there. So I put that one on the back burner. But I did walk down to the pier right there and stand right kind of under where planes were coming in, and saw some cool single engines fly right overhead. That was pretty cool. Just standing by the water and enjoying that.
Hall, shotgun, runs out to the right, eyeballs Gaskin, finds him, and he stumbles his way close to a first down. In fact, it's going to be a connection there of about 6-7 yards. Ben, the third quarter's nearly over. What do you got for Harrison?
It's so sad that we're going to let Harrison go here pretty soon. I did want to ask you about your head coach. I mean, it seems like you guys have, probably a little different, a deeper bond than maybe just veteran player and head coach. How would you describe your relationship with your head coach, who's almost like your mentor? You guys are almost the same age.
Yeah, I kind of joke sometimes. I'm closer to his age and most of the coaches than my own teammates. So there's some things in life we tend to talk about and share, and more on the human side. But I love talking ball. I love talking to an offensive guy like KO, who every time we go against him in practice. And, prior when he was with the Rams, they always had a lot of good stuff dialed up. So just kind of hearing how he thinks about the game and certain situations and whatnot is, that's interesting to me.
Darden tried to get speedy on the right side, but was stopped. We pause. Our final, the end of the conversation with Harrison Smith around the corner on the Minnesota Vikings Entertainment Network.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with the new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcast lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
Hey, Vikings fans! When you stay at Omni Viking Lakes, you stay at the official hotel of your favorite team. At Omni, we believe experiences matter, which is why we built this place for real fans like yourself, even putting it right next to the practice facility. You've dreamt of a place like this, and now you can dream in a place like this. Score! So, Vikings fans, when you're looking for a place to stay in the game at Omni Viking Lakes Hotel.
Miller Lite is brewed with great taste and only great taste.
The Miller Brewing Company would like to issue a correction. Miller Lite is brewed to be less filling. What are you doing here?
Miller Lite tastes great.
Look, I'm just reading the script. It says less filling.
That's not what my script says.
Well, mine said.
We'd like to apologize for the previous announcers. Miller Lite is in fact less filling and tastes great. Time to shine, legal guy.
Celebrate responsibly. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Beer. 96 calories and 3.2 grams carbs per 12 ounces. Fewer calories and carbs than premium regular beer.
This is Minnesota's home for football. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Cleveland on the Vikings Entertainment Network. Harrison, in closing, three things. Thank you very much for doing this. Secondly, too bad for J.J. McCarthy, whether he would have played this season or not. Seriously, what a wonderful kid. I don't know if you've chatted with him, but what do you say to him?
I haven't seen him since the surgery and everything, but I shot him a text. His locker is pretty close to mine. Just on the other side of Jets, so I've gotten to know him pretty well. He's like you mentioned, he's a fantastic young man, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. He's trying to keep his head up, which I know he will. I think he's kind of wise beyond his years, and he's got that fire in him. So hopefully he'll be back ready to go.
You're fantastic, man. Can't wait to watch you against the New York Giants. Thank you very much for doing this, and we'll see you on the flight back, okay?
All right. Thank y'all.
Thanks, buddy. That's Harry the Hitman, one of the best defensive players in the history of Minnesota Vikings football. Fourth quarter around the corner. Indeed, it's Vikings football.
What's poppin'? Justin Jefferson here.
Football is a lot of explosion, a lot of energy and attitude.
It's a whole different vibe with these open earbuds. It's like you're in the moment, but also you can hear everything around you. You can be involved.
To have good sound and to be so light on your ear means a lot to me. Putting that music into my ears.
You feel good enough to go out there and play.
You turn on that switch, no one can stop you.
For more, check out Bose.com.
When the game is over, it's time to relax. No matter if it's a win or loss, you always win at Spalon Montage, the Twin Cities' premier salon and spa destination for over 25 years. With convenient locations in Edina, Woodbury, and Chanhassen, there's a Spalon close to you. Right now, football fans, you can get a bonus when you give the gift of Spalon. Purchase a $175 gift certificate and receive a $25 gift certificate for yourself. Visit Spalon.com now or call 952-915-2900.
Hey, hungry? And your heart is ticking for chicken? Well, take a quick turn into Quick Trip because we got no ordinary chicken. Yeah, go wild with wings. Next level super wings with trusty sidekick and sauces. Or let's talk tender. Quick chick tenders. Love me tenders. Love me some quick tenders. Ours are bigger, better, tastier. Or if you're feeling good old school comfort fried chicken, we got it. Hand breaded down homier than anywhere. Quick Trip, saving your nuggets from ordinary.
From the convenience stores in Cloquet to the supermarkets in St. Cloud, the Minnesota Lottery's Vikings scratch game is here. These are the concrete coliseums where we'll challenge chance and chase glory, where we'll gamely scratch and fearlessly scrape in pursuit of up to $100,000 in cash prizes. These are the stadiums where we come to play. Get in the game. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Live stream Vikings games throughout Minnesota all season long. Powered by Quantum Fiber on iHeartRadio and KFAN.
I believe football is for everyone and are committed to growing the game, especially the rising popularity of girls flag football. To learn more about how the Vikings can support girls flag in your community, visit Vikings.com/girlsflag. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen, and Tyler Huntley, who threw an interception to Dwight McGlothern. Dwight's return was 90 yards, almost got into the end zone, got stopped a bit short. Then Jaron Hall, quarterback for the Vikings when they're on offense now, he faded one back left of the end zone to Malik Knowles, and Knowles was able to bring it in for a touchdown. The other touchdown, Nick Mullins to Tristan Jackson, and that was on the Vikings' first offensive possession of preseason game number 2. That one went 8 plays, 75 yards, took 3 minutes, 15 seconds, and it was a 14-yard score. The Cleveland Browns now have the ball, and Aiden Robbins, a rookie free agent from Brigham Young University, is the tailback, and he gets the carry for a couple of yards. In Cleveland's only preseason game, it was here against Green Bay. They lost. Robbins carried it 5 times for 6 yards, but the good news for him is he scored a touchdown, and that's really good news for Cleveland because it was their only touchdown they scored in the game, and it took place with about 5 minutes to go in the game, and the Vikings are leading the Cleveland Browns 20-10 as we enter the fourth quarter. Huntley throws to the right on 3rd and 5, and that's going to be no gain. So the Browns will punt it, and Lucky Jackson is deep for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, another nice tackle by Lewis Seen.
Right.
So, Lewis is definitely shown up today. And, we were there when the accident happened out in Twickenham in England. And, man, to see him come back and even be on the field is somewhat of a miracle. And so it's great to see all the hard work that he's been putting in, playing off. And I like the idea, like what you guys were saying, about the switch going off and saying, hey, I'm healthy, I'm good, I can play this game again. Let's maybe this is the beginning of something great.
Bo Horquez with a beauty It's downed inside the 5. Minnesota leads 20-10 early in the fourth quarter. Preseason game number 2 on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 18 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
Hey, honey, the battery light on my dash lit up. I think I'll take it to a shop today.
Really? I can take care of that.
Are you sure?
Of course. Okay, got my battery. Let's just drop it in and...
Are you okay out there?
I think so.
Should my car be smoking like that?
Some things are better left to the professional. When you need your vehicle fixed, trust your local repair facility. And when you need a battery, trust FVP. Visit FVPparts.com for an installer near you.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The Minnesota Vikings count on knowledgeable coaches to bring out the best in their team. Your organization should count on Loeffler, the most knowledgeable office technology and services partner in the Midwest, to deliver innovative solutions and get the best results from your team. Loeffler operates and supports a full portfolio of solutions, including copiers and printers, managed print services, cloud-based and managed IT, phone systems, and on-site managed services solutions. Loeffler is your most valuable partner for innovative business technology and services in the upper Midwest.
Hey, it's Chris Hockey. We'll break this game down with Ben Lieber Monday morning, 5:30 to 9, right here on The Fan.
Here we go, early in the fourth quarter, courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network. Game also heard on FM 100.3, KFAN. Vikings lead 20-10. It started like this. Mullins to Tristan Jackson, who had 100 yards in the Raiders game. Then, Pete, the fade from Jaron Hall to Malik Knowles.
Yeah, nice job by both Nick Mullins and the first series that Mullins had. He had a lot of nice decisions, getting out on the edge, being a little bit more mobile than maybe we're used to seeing him, and then Jaron Hall taking over. And, when we talk to the coaches about Jaron Hall and his progress, so much of what they say is they just want him to pull the trigger, right? He knows what he sees.
Right.
Just be aggressive. Just get out there and let it go. So this may not be the situation when you're backed up in the shadow of your own goalpost, but I'm looking forward to Jaron Hall taking a shot deep at some point.
Dwayne McBride with a 3-yard scamper to the right side. McBride, first full year from UAB, 7th-round pick by the Vikings in 2023. 3 runs for 17 yards versus the Las Vegas Raiders. And so far, McBride, the back carry, has 3 yards as Hall boots out to the right, throws to the right, caught by tight end Trey Knox. Trey Knox with a catch, and he's blasted out of bounds. That'll be a hit of 9 yards and a Vikings first down.
Paul, I think coming into this and seeing the first couple days of combined practices, I had questions about our ability to run the football and how our offensive line and how well we were going to be able to stop the football. And I think if there's something to take away from today with these guys that have been out here, the big men have definitely taken care of business. I got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line and the running game, the running backs, and with the defensive line, the linebackers.
Hall tossing left. McBride leaps over a Brown, bounces off another at the 20, gets outside the numbers, taken down at the 25-yard line. Dwayne McBride with a run of 7 yards. You see Wes Phillips right behind Kevin O'Connell. Wes Phillips, offensive coordinator for the Vikings. He was with the Rams when O'Connell won a Super Bowl. He's called the entire game today offensively. Defensively, Brian Flores, the coordinator, he split it up between DB's coach Durante Jones calling the first half and Mike Saravo, inside linebackers coach, calling the second half. That's really, really cool that they're doing that. Second down, second and short. McBride goes plunging up the middle, and he will get enough should be enough for a first down. It's very close. They needed about 3 yards. And, in fact, Clete Blakeman will indicate that is a first down. Now, the center, Michael Juergens, still in the game. Looks like he's going to go the distance here, Pete. He is a rookie from Wake Forest. 7th-round pick is the Damascus, Maryland native. Michael Juergens, somebody on whom they're quite high. O'Connell has a lot of good things to say about him. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah in the second quarter bragged about him. And it looks like my man's going to go to the distance as Jaron Hall rolls right, throws right, caught. Ja'Shawn Johnson at the 45, and make that Ja'Shawn Jones is gone. Touchdown for the Vikings. It's a 71-yard strike. Jaron Hall has thrown 2 touchdowns. And for Ja'Shawn Jones, that is his first preseason touchdown. Jones, undrafted from Maryland, bumps the score to 26-10.
Well, we're talking about the marriage of the run and the pass, and we just saw that happen right in front of us. And that's a lot to do with Dwayne McBride being very efficient in the running game.
Right.
And off of that, you run the bootleg, you run the play fake. And you see Coach Kevin O'Connell just so excited about a regular play, a play that's really meant to move the chains. You get one missed tackle, you turn it into a touchdown. So great job being explosive by our offense.
Reichert nails the extra point, hasn't missed one this preseason. Minnesota leads 27-10 in the fourth quarter from Cleveland. It's Vikings football.
High five. Up top. Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Yeah. He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Yes. The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
When the game is over, it's time to relax. No matter if it's a win or loss, you always win at Spalon Montage, the Twin Cities' premier salon and spa destination for over 25 years. With convenient locations in Edina, Woodbury, and Chanhassen, there's a Spalon close to you. Right now, football fans, you can get a bonus when you give the gift of Spalon. Purchase a $175 gift certificate and receive a $25 gift certificate for yourself. Visit Spalon.com now or call 952-915-2900.
Hello, families. Are you looking for a safe, loving, learning environment for your child? New Horizon Academy is a family-owned child care program that serves families just like yours. Our curriculum is specially designed to meet the educational needs of children ages 6 weeks through school age. We invite you to call or stop into your neighborhood New Horizon Academy to take a tour anytime. Learn more at newhorizonacademy.net. New Horizon Academy, where love and learning grow.
Wait for your men's or women's health care at the doctor's office or Redbox RX it and get the care you need wherever you are. Wait for prescriptions at the pharmacy or Redbox RX it and have it shipped to you. Redbox RX is the easy, affordable way to get quality personalized care with private online consultations, upfront pricing, and low-cost prescriptions shipped for free. Redbox RX, the same, but really different. Get 50% off your first prescription at redboxrx.com with code NASCAR.
Live stream Vikings games throughout Minnesota all season long. Powered by Quantum Fiber on iHeartRadio and KFAN.
Vikings well on their way to a 2-0 preseason record, courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network. We welcome you back. Hall, Jones, 71. And we've scored another touchdown, Mr. Bursich.
Yeah, great pass by Jaron Hall. Just the touch. You talk about arm talent. And arm talent just doesn't mean you can throw sidearm and, zip the ball through there. It's the ability to put the right amount of touch on a pass. And in that case, Jaron Hall did exactly that while on the run. So, beautiful throw by Jaron Hall.
Reichert neutralizes a return. And we will head down to Ben Lieber with running back Aaron Jones.
Yeah, and it's fitting. It's just starting to rain right now, guys, and a bunch of fans are starting to leave the stadium. But look, I've got Aaron Jones over here. He's had 7 years in Green Bay. Everybody knows how good you are, right? You become a free agent in March, and then the Vikings come calling. Now, the thing is, I'm sure you had other suitors too. Like, you know what we have to offer in the run game. Like, why did you choose Minnesota over anybody else?
The offenses are very similar coming from Green Bay to this offense. So I knew that. I like KLC and him as a play caller, and then I feel like you guys have weapons already established there, and I could just come in and be an added value and add value. So.
Well, I think everybody knows that you're a great runner. You're electric when you get the ball in your hands going downhill. You can catch out of the backfield. You applaud yourself and say that you're a three down back. You're a complete back. Part of that is being really good in blitz pickup. What goes into being really good at picking up the blitz on third down?
What goes into it is you got to, number one is the mentality. You got to be physical, knowing that they're going to have a running start at you, and it's all about protecting your quarterback. If you give him that little extra time to get the throw off, you hold the pocket, and the quarterback will make the throw, and it's all about protecting him so he can get the ball off and make a play downfield.
Well, you speak about quarterbacks. You and Sam Darnold, new kids on the block here. How have you guys sort of leaned on each other both on and off the field?
Just coming into a new place, like you said, it's both of our first time here. Just learning the offense together, trying to become one, trying to gain all these guys' trust, and we're doing it together. So it's great to have somebody right there by your side. And then he's a quarterback, so he has a really great insight of the offense. And I'm new, like I said, so if I have any questions, I'm right there with him. I can just bounce it off of him, and he'll give it right back to me. So it's perfect.
So going back, sort of alluding back to that first question, we haven't been great against the run, and you come in to this franchise, and a lot of us as fans are like, oh my gosh, he's going to save our rushing attack. Like a lot of high expectations. How do you handle those expectations early in this training camp?
Just continue to do the things that I've done, and just know it's not just me who's going to do the saving. We got a great group of backs here, and it's going to be all of us to come in and lift up the run game and have a better year than we did last year in the run game.
Look, everybody's going to know you as Showtime if they don't already, because you wear those fancy glasses all the time. So I want to get your thoughts on this, Showtime. What do you think about these?
I think you got to leave them. I think you got to leave them on the rest of the time. They look good.
Even in the rain?
Even in the rain.
It's kind of cloudy, though.
It is. It is. But that's part of being Showtime. You just keep them on.
So you approve?
I approve.
Love it. All right, guys.
All right, thank you, Ben. Thank you, Aaron. And the punt, I thought bounced off a Viking, but the offense is running out on the field. We're in the fourth quarter from Cleveland, and it's raining on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with the new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
You're listening to Vikings football. From the convenience stores in Cloquet to the supermarkets in St. Cloud, the Minnesota Lottery's Vikings scratch game is here. These are the concrete coliseums where we'll challenge chance and chase glory, where we'll gamely scratch and fearlessly scrape in pursuit of up to $100,000 in cash prizes. These are the stadiums where we come to play. Get in the game. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
There are places in life where it's helpful to take shortcuts and cut corners. Your home is not one of them. Custom One builds homes, spaces, landscapes, and exteriors around stories. Your story. It's custom because your story hasn't been told before. It means the journey starts with your vision and a blank sheet of paper. Because we've never built your home before, and we'll never build it again. Custom One. Home comes first.
The recruitment industry has changed, and it's time for you to take action and change with it. If you're looking to advance your career, or your company is looking to hire key individuals that can grow your business, GPAC is here for you. We are the eyes and ears of the industries we serve. Contact us today at gogpac.com. That's GOGPAC.com. It's grow time.
You're listening to Vikings preseason football on The Fan.
Those were four dedicated Minnesota Vikings fans, all wrapped up, protecting themselves from the rain because it's starting to rain rather hard. We have 9.5 minutes to go in the game. If there's lightning in the area, then they quite honestly could bang the game and just call it preseason game number 2. Jaron Hall still in at quarterback. Handoff goes to McBride. He goes right up the middle to about the 29-yard line for a gain of 4 yards. Now, this day next week, we close the preseason. The Vikings at noon Central will play the Philadelphia Eagles in the final preseason game. Kevin O'Connell is going to be mic'd up for the entire third quarter on the sideline. I happen to be quite excited about that, Pete.
Yeah, it'll be good to just get his thoughts on really what's going on in the game and just get some, from the horse's mouth, per se, the updates on who looked good and who's had a great preseason. Right, it seems that he's enjoying himself today. I mean, Wes Phillips calling the plays. Well,
look at O'Connell's wry smile. He's like,
that's what I mean. It's preseason.
Wes just called a fourth quarter end around, and we're up 17 points. I mean, you got to try to run some way, right?
And even better, Powell stayed in bounds, and these are like the little details that when you have veteran players like Brandon Powell. We have a 17-point lead. You got 8 minutes left to go. Keep that clock going. Completions, runs, stay in bounds, all those little details that you have to learn.
They've given rookie Michael Juergens a break. He's out at center. Henry Bird's in. We had a bad snap. Now we have a flag. We have a quarterback running right and spinning at the 30-yard line. It's raining. If there's lightning in the area, then this whole thing could stop. Can we just have a running clock? I mean, if the NFL...
Holding, offense number 68. That penalty's declined. Brings up fourth down.
Inauspicious debut for third center Henry Bird. Replaces Juergens, who's Bradbury's backup. We have a high snap. And then we also had a penalty on 68. How do you explain that away in the meeting room?
You don't. You can't, right? And the only thing you can do is hope to get out there in the next 7 minutes and 57 seconds and make up for it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
James Prochet II, fifth year from SMU, to attempt to return Ryan Wright's punt. Flag on this. Prochet runs up to the 35. It's a 35-yard punt by Ryan Wright. And we will pause shortly after the culmination of this penalty. 27-10, Minnesota.
They had flags on both sides of the field, so I would assume they've got a couple things they have to sort out, so this may take a little bit of time. But, overall, it's actually good to see a game on grass and in the rain.
Right.
I mean, when's the last time we had a chance to see a football game in these kind of conditions?
Maybe Nashville in the preseason, within the last 8 years. Remember that Tennessee clipping penalty where we waited 90 minutes to start the game?
That's right. That's right. We had a game in the Meadowlands that was delayed, but that was turf.
Monday Night Football.
That was turf. I mean, it's a little different, but.
All right, so still haven't heard from Clete Blakeman.
No, like I said, it's preseason for them, too.
So they're going to walk over and chat with former Minnesota Vikings coach Kevin Stefanski. There he is. Kevin, two-time Associated Press Coach of the Year. Spent 14 seasons with the Minnesota Vikings, finishing in 2019 as offensive coordinator. We could have offsetting penalties here, meaning a re-kick for Ryan Wright. Clete.
Anytime now.
It's not raining as hard, so it's not as uncomfortable for everybody on the field.
There are fouls against both teams on the play.
Okay.
Kicking team member going out of bounds, number 40. That penalty's declined. Holding receiving team number 38. That penalty been enforced 10 yards from the end of the kick. First down, Cleveland.
All right. So that's how we're going to handle that. 27-10 Minnesota. And we pause. We have 7:43 to go in the second preseason game. The Vikings have dominated. You've watched it and listened to it courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Pure Lux Med Spa, the preferred med spa of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders. Indulge in the same top-tier treatments that the MVC trust for their beauty needs. Say goodbye to unwanted hair and hello to flawlessly smooth skin at Pure Lux Med Spa with the only elite IQ laser in Minnesota. Pure Lux Med Spa uses only state-of-the-art Class 4 true lasers for elite hair removal and body contouring. Elevate your beauty routine with Botox and cosmetic filler treatments and age-defying skincare treatments such as Diamond Glow and Skin Pen for collagen induction therapy. For more information, visit mypurelux.com/Vikings for exclusive offers to Vikings fans.
Hello, Vikings fans. Frankie Lensmeyer here, and owner of the Humble Goat. The secret is out, and I'm delighted to present our newest product, the Humble Goat Whey Protein Powder. Yes, you heard correctly, goat whey protein. Why goat? Because it's packed with 25 grams of protein per serving. It's easy to digest, helps with muscle growth repair, and it tastes great. Now available online at thehumblegoat.com. For recipes, check us out on social media. Use SKOL24 for 20% off your first purchase. Go Vikes!
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Minnesota Vikings all season with your favorite purple and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from US Bank Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Vikings branded gear from the Shields fan shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Vikings. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
Preseason football returns now on The Fan.
Welcome back to Cleveland Browns Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie, courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network. There's Kevin Stefanski, coach of the Cleveland Browns. We discussed him earlier with Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, general manager for the Vikings. When Kevin was hired here in 2020, he was hired with Kwesi as part of the staff underneath the tutelage and leadership of general manager Andrew Berry. Now, Kevin became the offensive coordinator for the Vikings in 2018, Pete. It was after a Monday Night Football debacle at Seattle, weren't running the ball enough, low scoring, stuff like that. First game as offensive coordinator, they played the Miami Dolphins at US Bank Stadium 2018. Dalvin Cook goes for 136 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. So I talked to Kevin after the game, and, I'm like, what got into Dalvin? What got into that running game and that Dolphins game? And he said, I learned a very important lesson very early in my career, to do exactly what the head coach wants you to do. And Zim wants to run, so we're going to run.
Yeah.
And Dalvin was just all smiles.
Right. You got to work within that system. And I think what really stands out to me, Paul, is when you talked about his resume and all the different positions that he coached. Outside the offensive line, he's coached everything on the offense. And, I think 30 years ago, 20 years ago, you had head coaches that have been around and know how to coach all the different spots. But Stefanski does. He knows. He's been in those rooms, so he knows all those little bitty things. So in his case, he needs to lean on a good offensive line coach, and then he'll control the rest. And so definitely not he got to become a head coach pretty quickly, but he definitely earned his way up that ladder.
And you would know better than anybody. You were a former coach in the NFL, coaching Vikings linebackers, and Stefanski got here from Philadelphia. He was an intern with the Eagles, but Brad Childress was hired in 2006, so he was kind of Brad's right-hand man. He was assistant to the head coach, and to be able to last as an assistant coach on any staff through 3 head coaches, Brad Childress, Leslie Frazier, and Mike Zimmer. I mean, everybody who came across Kevin knew in a second this man's set up for success.
And you're right. That's another thing, too, is it's one thing as a player or, radio analyst to get through a bunch of different regimes and head coaches, but to do it as an assistant coach, it's almost unheard of, right? And so I'm sure Childress and the coaches saw out of him exactly what we see, right? Just and Kwesi Adofo-Mensah mentioned it earlier. He's just a very calm, right? Calming type personality, and that's what they liked about him. Very smart, very savvy as well. Doesn't let the emotions of the game affect him the way he thinks and what he's trying to do. So, but to make it as an assistant to 3 different regimes is basically unheard of.
First down for the Browns. Tyler Huntley has gone the distance in the second half, through an interception to Dwight McLeather. an undrafted corner from Arkansas that was returned 90 yards, almost for a pick six. Ben Lieber joins us on the sideline. Now, I know the defense is on the field, Ben, but sadly with the injury to J.J. McCarthy, where he's going to be out for the season, you have Darnold into Mullins, then you have Jaron Hall, where you know better than anybody, man. You put him on the practice squad, and somebody's going to take him and make him active on a roster as a third quarterback. So Matt Corral was picked up yesterday. He's here. I think he'll play extensively next week. But what do you think of the quarterback situation now for the Vikings as Lewis Seen comes on a blitz and he gets Huntley? Seen with a massive hit on a player, also an interception and now a sack. But the quarterback room, Ben, how do you think it changes with the injury to the Michigan rookie?
Let me just say, this is an unbelievable game by Lewis Seen. I mean, the way he disguised that blitz, this is the most comfortable that he's looked,
no doubt,
in his whole Viking career. But look, the quarterback room, I agree with Pete what he was saying earlier with Jaron Hall. Look, he does a really good job of truly managing the game. I think that's what we see with a lot of checkdowns, a lot of safer throws. He's really good with the bootlegs that we saw on that run after catch on that touchdown. But we have yet to really see him uncork it and unleash it. And this offense really is predicated by getting the ball down the field, explosive plays, getting the ball in the air for a long time and hitting guys in stride. And that's something that we've seen out of Nick Mullins.
Yeah.
And if Matt Corral can come in next week and at least show a semblance of that skill set, I think it's going to be really hard for a guy like Jaron Hall to stick around.
Right. And Wes Phillips, Pete, told us some interesting things about Nick Mullins yesterday. And what was most eye-opening to me is how well Nick fires fresh. You just put him in the game, and he's just, super ready to go.
Right. And that's not necessarily a talent that you want to be known for. It's like, hey, this is a guy you can just throw in the game, but it is unique. And so for Mullins, and we saw enough of him, I think, last year, that the anticipation is there. He understands the offense. You just wish he had a little bit more in the way of arm strength, right? A little more zip on the ball like Darnold has. And I think that's the only thing that would really keep him from being a starter in this league. So I think we're getting our first look at Matt Corral.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen.
Quarterback. He's smiling. He's he's like, welcome to town. Who are you? And you're the quarterback. All right, let's go.
He wasn't even in Cleveland 24 hours ago. Or maybe he got here right around then. They worked him out. And now he's on the squad. Matt Corral. First full season from Ole Miss. Third-round draft pick 2022 by Carolina. Went to the injured reserve in 2022, so he didn't get to play. Didn't play in 2023. Spent 2024 with the Birmingham Stallions. Handoff McBride. Deep in the second preseason game where the Vikings lead 27-10. Let the Matt Corral era begin, they say.
How much of that offense do you think he's got memorized?
Right.
And everything else. So
when I taped the pregame for KFAN with Kevin O'Connell, 2.5 hours, whatever, before the game, and I asked him about Corral, and he's like, well, he might play today. And I go, okay, I got on my card, I only have 2 bullet points for him. And he said, that's okay. We only have 2 plays for him. I'm like, okay.
That's about right.
Flag.
And delay a game. These are the
false start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
When we were discussing J.J. McCarthy.
Correction, second down.
With Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. It was so refreshing, authentic, and honest to hear when we got to the facility, Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, Tuesday to come out to Cleveland, from all the right people, but most importantly, the majority were like, this is very unfortunate, but his improvement was so rapid and so good, and we loved him in the first place.
Yeah.
It's a setback. It's unfortunate, but nevertheless, we know what we have, and we like it.
And obviously, you're putting a lot of equity, the team's equity, draft equity, all that in a young man, and so you have high expectations. And then to have him show up on campus, start being with his teammates and everything else, and then to exceed those expectations on the field, that's unbelievable.
All right, 2-minute warning. Second preseason game. Vikes lead by 17 on the Minnesota Vikings Entertainment Network.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with a new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Discover the ultimate destination to live, work, and play at Viking Lakes. From top-tier office spaces in the Minnesota Vikings World Headquarters to exciting live entertainment and luxury apartment living, Viking Lakes has it all. Discover Viking Lakes residences with spacious apartments, best-in-class finishes, and unparalleled amenities. Our community sets the standard for suburban luxury. Are you planning a company holiday party or a fall picnic? Our venue is perfect for any event. For additional information, please visit explorevikinglakes.com. Experience suburban luxury like never before.
Vikings Weekly on Valley Sports is your all-access pass inside the Minnesota Vikings. Hear straight from head coach Kevin O'Connell.
Complimentary football all the way around.
And your favorite Vikings players as they get ready for game day.
Vikes on three, 1, 2, 3.
Plus, get insight into everything that's happening on and off the field as hosts Tatum Everett and Gabe Henderson keep you in the know.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
It's all on Vikings Weekly on Valley Sports. Check your local listings.
New Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, a non-carbonated refresher with alcohol for weekend flavor any day of the week. Like when you get a case of the Mondays, swap it for the bright fruit flavors of Happy Thursday. Or when Tuesday needs a tune-up, look forward to Happy Thursday. And by Wednesday, you're already halfway there. So drink in the weekend flavor of Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, weekend flavor any day of the week. Celebrate responsibly. Non-carbonated, naturally flavored with other natural flavors. 21 and up, contains alcohol. 2024 Molson Coors Beverage Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin beer.
Vikings preseason football returns now on The Fan.
Loves the know-it-all. This guru of the gridiron is full of wisdom beyond his stature.
Can anyone beat the Chiefs? Do you think the Eagles are for real?
Hey, son, what's my opinion on the NFC North?
Jordan Love is definitely winning MVP this year.
Only a fool wouldn't at least consider someone like Joe Burrow. Are you a fool, Mr. Harrison?
Unbelievable. And with NFL Plus Premium, you too can be a football know-it-all.
Welcome back, courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network. And come rain or shine, heavy rain or no rain, those kids are just having the time of their lives, Pete.
Yeah, I like the guy on the left with the purple. I don't know about the one with the orange in his hair.
Mm-hmm. They're just trying to get on the big screen.
They look like they're getting along, though, which is great.
Vikings lead 27-10, 2 minutes to go in the game. Matt Corral, who's been in the city of Cleveland for right around 24 hours, is in at quarterback. Seems like we had a busted play. He's back in the end zone. He's about to take a safety, and that's exactly what happens. A host of Cleveland Browns involved. An on-charging game changer, Lonnie Anderson, started it, but it was finished off by Martin, who's been problematic against the Minnesota Vikings today. That's 60. And it's Jeremiah Martin, first full year for Washington. I mean, Corral took the snap. Yeah, had no idea.
No.
1 minute, 54 seconds on the game clock, 1:54.
How's he supposed to, you know?
Yeah, he opened up, turned the wrong way. I mean, but you know what? It's an opportunity, right? And you just have to do the best you can with the hand you're dealt. And, you know, hopefully he'll be able to get schooled up a little bit on the sideline.
Yep.
And
Chris Williams in the mix.
Some quick twitch and, you know, get him straightened out, but we'll see.
Well, the serendipity of it, Pete, is there's always a teaching point, not only for Corral and the extended play he may be getting in Philadelphia after like Jaron Hall, but now another opportunity to work on the new kickoff situation.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Lewis,
you know what
I mean? My money right now is if there's a tackle to be made, Lewis Seen is going to make it. He's out there covering kicks. I mean, how about that? You know, minute 54 left to go in the second preseason game, and he's out there covering kicks, doing what he has to do. So my money's on Lewis Seen, and they would come down with a big play here.
Reichert kicking this from the 20, and we have a couple of Browns back there. Amarian Brown, rookie wide receiver from South Carolina. He's deepest, and James Prochet the second. He's in front of him. And now the players take off. And here comes Amarian trying to get the edge. And he is stopped. Ball comes out. Fumble. The man who caused it may have been the man who fell on it. That's Duke Shelley, which means even in the preseason, the Duke can be on fire.
And they signal Vikings football. So
Going to the field was a fumble by the receivers, recovery by the kickers. First down.
Well, the plane flight home is going to be loud, and we're going to hear Duke for the for the majority of the flight. You know,
as long as it was recovered while he was in bounds, then that's
a nice strip.
That's a great play. That's what the veterans do, you know. I mean, that's, again, I've said it before, but the most valuable thing a player can have.
The previous play is under review.
Look at Brandon Powell.
Yeah, the most valuable thing a player can have is experience. And
you know, Ben Lieber, as we learned last week, it doesn't matter at times if it's a preseason game to these players and coaches. I mean, Jefferson's reaction to Sherfield Sr. and Jackson scoring touchdowns last week. We just saw Brandon Powell and Taimani and some other players going nuts for Duke Shelley. I mean, they just support each other and just pull for each other, really, with all teams so much, even in the preseason, right?
Well, yeah, and also, I mean, Duke Shelley's a likable guy. Yep. I mean, I think when he was here on his first stint, you know, he bonded with the DBs, he bonded with the defense and the team really well. They got along with him. It just didn't work out the first time. So he comes back, he's still got that dog in him, and he goes out there and causes a forced fumble. We'll see if we actually get the ball back or not. But, you know, I'm watching here on the sidelines, you know, people are dapping him up all over the place. And here's the other thing. Lewis Cine getting dapped up. He's dapping people up. It's I know that we've talked a little bit about him in today's game, but again, this is the most active and involved I've seen the sideline and his teammates with him as well.
And Ben, do you think that, I mean, obviously they're pulling for him as well, especially the guys that were there that witnessed, you know, what occurred in England.
Was that the fumble was out of bounds.
Come on.
It was retained by Cleveland. First down.
But it's Duke. Come on.
Wow. All right. I wonder if they bet the over.
You guys were
trying to get points. And Ben, you know, having a lot of these guys seen what happened to Lewis Cine over in England, they have to be pulling for him. I mean, that was a horrific accident that he experienced. I guess we'll get to Ben here in a second.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear that. Would you ask?
No, I was talking about these guys that are on the sideline. They saw what happened to Lewis out in England, and they have to be absolutely thrilled for him.
Oh, yeah, I would think so. I mean, look, it's a tough injury to come back from, but, you know, I would say, you know, we all know that he's physically able to play for a long time, but you know how it is, man. You take a devastating injury, and mentally it's sort of, it can be tough to come back from. I'm not saying that that's what's been going on, why he really hasn't, you know, supplanted himself as a, you know, maybe starting type of safety or whatnot, but it seems like the mental part, the emotional part has really come alive today.
Boom. Owen Porter, 5'7". He had a little pick six opportunity there from 35 out. Minute 15 to go in the game. Third down for the Cleveland Browns.
A nice move by Andre Carter, who, you know, was undrafted last year, went to Army. One of 3 undrafted rookie free agents to make the roster last year, and that was a really, really good move that he put on the left tackle. So to see these undrafted guys hang in there year after year, get better and get better, to see him show up like this is kind of like what I think Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah was talking about earlier with investing in the right guys in and knowing that they all mature on different rates, and eventually they're going to turn out if you got the right guy.
Ben joined this too. Quick, sadly, we have a Brown down right now with minute 2 to go in the game.
On the field for Cleveland. This situation requires a charged team timeout. This will be their first timeout of the second half.
When, you know, Kwesi's not going to play his hand, obviously, but they kept 5 receivers last year. And the way Tristan Jackson is playing, he was a practice squad guy last year. When they elevated him before the Atlanta game, the Dobbs game, well, he caught a 2-point conversion after a Dobbs rushing touchdown. So, I mean, in limited opportunity, he did the best he could. But Sherfield Sr., he's a tough customer, and he's been in the league with with Buffalo and San Francisco longer than Jackson. Of course, you have 18 and 3. Brandon Powell's part of the mix. Jalen Naylor, they're all over him. You first, Pete. It's I don't know if they keep 6, but it's going to be a tough decision.
It is, and and that's another thing too is Tristan Jackson. He's going into his 8th season, where Sherfield's going into his 11th. So neither of them are young. But I think right now there we go.
There's an interception by your Minnesota Vikings with 56 seconds to go in the game. And that one was picked off by Jacoby Francis, second-year corner from Memphis. So Lewis Cine has an interception. Dwight McGlothern has an interception. And now Francis with an interception from the arm of Tyler Huntley.
And it's going to make a defense feel good. I think they should be very proud about how they stopped the run today. They knew that the Browns are going to be a physical team, and all across the front, both sides of the ball, really. But the defensive front held up well, and the 3 turnovers. I mean, that's what you want. That's what you're going for every single week. Flores is talking about we got to make sure we keep punching the football, especially when we get in these game situations. And for them to come up with 3 interceptions, that's fantastic, and that's something the defense is going to. They're going to have fun watching the film of this game.
Yeah,
and they're going to hopefully build on this and then take it to Philadelphia. And having not won a preseason game, Paul, for a couple of years, now we're on all of a sudden 2-0 in the preseason this year. So
lost 10 in a row. Now we can't lose.
Now we can't lose.
All right. Well, the Minnesota Vikings are going to win 27-12 as Matt Corral is going to take a final knee. And the Vikings will head back to Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center. And they'll practice up to the Eagles game, leave Friday, play the Philadelphia Eagles next Saturday at noon from Lincoln Financial. Then after that, after Labor Day, the first Sunday after Labor Day, we're at the New York Giants to begin the regular season. We appreciate you watching on Fox 9 and listening on FM 100.3 KFAN and the Vikings Radio Network. On behalf of Ben Lieber and Pete Bursich, I'm Paul Allen. 27-12 and a bunch of passing touchdowns all over the place for your Minnesota Vikings. We thank TV Director Pat O'Connor, producer Steve Johnson, Chris Hockey.